Welcome to the Ringer Fantasy Football Show. My name is Danny Heifetz, and I'm joined by Danny Kelly and Craig Horlbeck, and we are going over all the games from Sunday of Week 9. We're going to hit all the games except Giants-Niners. I kind of refuse to talk about that one. At the end of the show, Craig talks about the timeless, classic underdog story that was the Los Angeles Dodgers winning the World Series.
An unbelievable game and series.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a great underdog story. Maybe you guys have heard of it. Do that at the end of the show. Earlier in the show, Craig is going to, at some point, there's a Gettysburg Address will come up. You'll figure that out soon. And yeah, this was really fun. And we actually started recording the show during Seahawks-Washington because it was so uncompetitive that we're like, we're not going to wait for the end of this game. Let's get to Sunday of Week 9, but first, let's take a quick break. This episode is presented by Chime. Bank smarter this season. Fantasy football is all about strategy. Well, here's a winning strategy for your money. Trade banking fees for fee-free banking. 1.5% cash back, getting paid when you say, and a higher APY on your savings. That's a lineup that wins. Stop banking the old way. Bank smarter through Chime. Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and the secured Chime Visa credit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. members FDIC. Optional services and products may have fees or charges. Details at chime.com/fees info. With a qualifying direct deposit, earn 1.5% cash back on eligible secured Chime Visa credit card purchases. APY means annual percentage yield. Learn more at chime.com. Let's do Sunday Night Football here. DK, we got to start with your team because Sam Darnold was so good in the first half. We literally decided to just start recording in the middle of the game. The game is not over.
I wanted to record at halftime. I was like, it's 31-7. Sam Darnold hasn't incompleted a pass yet.
16 out of 16 in the first half, 4 touchdowns. Yeah, he was basically perfect. 282 yards in the first half. JSN had over 100 yards in the first half also. He's the first Seahawk ever with 4 straight 100-yard games, which seems kind of wild. So yeah, the Seahawks are freaking rolling right now, and the Commanders are not.
Darnold, first player with 4 touchdowns and no incompletions in the first half in 10 years. Sam Darnold had never completed 15 straight passes at any point in the NFL. He completed his first 16 in this game. Again, 282 yards and 4 touchdowns at halftime. He had 2 touchdowns at 11 seconds because Washington botched a kickoff. 4 touchdowns in 25 minutes. Darnold was amazing. You know, it's funny. In a way, this reminds me of there was a Justin Fields Bears game. The best game Fields has ever had as a passer, honestly. It was against a different Ron Rivera depleted Washington team. I kept thinking of that game tonight because I was like, wow, Darnold looks amazing. But DK, I mean, when Mike Tirico starts saying, why can't Darnold be in the MVP conversation? We're like, calm down. However, I do feel, and I have felt the entire summer, that the Seahawks are clearly the most underrated Super Bowl contender. I think Darnold as MVP is ridiculous. But you watch the Seahawks tonight, the combination of how he's playing like this with how good they are on defense, you're like, the Seahawks could absolutely win the NFC, couldn't they?
I mean, I think it's definitely in the realm of possibility. It makes me a little bit nervous because they cannot run the ball at all. It's like one of their main sticking points. But yeah, they're a good defense. Obviously, their passing offense has been really, really good right now. They're one of the top teams in DVOA. I'm guessing after this week, they'll be the number 1 team in DVOA. So, they're good on offense, defense, and special teams. Pretty balanced across the board. They kind of remind you a lot of the Vikings from last year, where it's like this team could win a bunch of games, but then you have Sam Darnold at quarterback in the playoffs, and who knows what that's going to be. But at the end of the day, I'm not complaining. Like, Sam Darnold has been playing awesome, and it's really fun to watch as a Seahawks fan.
I mean, they've lost 2 games by a combination of 7 points this year.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And even the week 1 game versus the 49ers, like Tariq Woolen should have knocked down 2 different passes on that drive. The Niners came back, the Bucs game. Like, I mean, the Seahawks really are a couple plays from being undefeated.
Yeah.
And you can say that about other teams, but honestly, the Seahawks, they've just been so competitive. And again, there's so few teams that are good at every level. I know Ernest Jones got hurt tonight inside linebacker.
That makes me worried too.
It matters. Yeah. It's the same with the Ravens. Obviously, the Ravens have more injuries, but Mike McDonald's done an unbelievable job as the coach of this team. Clint Kubiak coming in as the offensive coordinator, obviously has done an unbelievable job. I think in a way, Darnold's playing better even than he was last year. I think Darnold looks like a better and even more complete quarterback.
I mean, if you look at all the numbers, that's certainly true. Like the advanced stats, he's way more accurate. He's like way fewer turnover worthy plays. Everything that you look at in terms of just taking care of the football and explosive plays. I saw he has the most 20-yard passes completed this year. Yeah, it's crazy what he's doing.
Even the big plays feel measured. He's not
Like, it's
ripping
not-
the ball in the sense of like he's taking shots Baker Mayfield style. It's
Right.
like even these deep, long, the 60-yard touchdown today, the JSN stuff, it all feels very calculated and smart, even though it's big plays.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of getting guys sort of one-on-one down the field, and then Darnold has a really accurate arm and he can layer the ball over a defender. We saw that on a play with JSN today where JSN basically just got lined up one-on-one with a guy and Darnold just threw it light very softly over the guy's shoulder right into his hands. And we see that like every single game now.
The best representation, I think, of Sam Darnold's season was, I can't even remember which first half touchdown it was. I think it was the third when I don't know what they ran. It looked like they just ran like 4 verts or whatever from like the 30-yard line. And he kind of layered it between 2 guys right into Elijah Arroyo's hands, the tight end out of Miami they took for his first career touchdown. And then they cut on the other side. Jackson Smith-Njigba was wide open for a touchdown. And just that is the Seahawks season. It's like JSN is wide open to the right, or Darnold can just like rip a pass, just drop it in between 2 defenders on the left. Everything he's doing just seems like it's hitting. Also, Torrey Horton, the rookie receiver that you guys in Seattle has been obsessed with, has just, as you texted me earlier, old yellered Cooper Kupp this season because Cooper Kupp did not play in this game. And frankly, I don't know. They don't really need him back.
I mean, the Cooper Kupp's value probably comes from obviously just being a wily veteran, and also he's a really good blocker, and I think that's something they really value. So Cooper Kupp's probably not going anywhere in terms of when he's healthy, but I mean, Torrey Horton is clearly like a dangerous player. He's got, I think, 4 or 5 touchdowns this year on part-time usage. He's explosive down the field. He's a really good kick returner, punt returner. So I mean, he looks to me like he's going to be a really, really good player in the league. I'm kind of like that thing we talk about, Craig, where it's like you just know, or what is it that you always say? It's like
I've seen enough.
Yeah, I've seen enough. That's kind of how I feel toward him. I've seen enough. He's going to be a good player in the league.
It's funny the Seahawks have a bunch of guys who just like catch touchdowns. It's like Jackson Smith-Njigba gets all the yards, and then there's just all these guys who just score touchdowns, like AJ Barner, Arroyo, Horton. It's unbelievable. Like they're actually doing so much with a pretty limited like offensive skill group. Like they're running back.
Well, 2
solid.
rookies. Yeah, I mean, 2 rookies tonight had 3 touchdowns.
Super young. It's like JSN obviously is exploding and is a top 5 receiver in the NFL. But outside of that, like they're really making it work. It's a lot of like heavy sets, a lot of play action, and Darnold is dicing it up to all these kind of random guys that are emerging.
Well, that's what Greg Olsen was tweeting that tonight. Basically, the Seahawks, they don't run. Like, they're not a very good run team. Coming into this game, they were dead last in success rate on the ground.
They like cosplay as a team that's good at running. That makes you think, we got to stop the run. And they look like they're going to run the ball, but they really don't.
That's exactly what Greg Olsen said. He's basically like, they pass out of heavy personnel. They're a heavy personnel passing team, which is kind of cool and fun. And hopefully they can kind of get it figured out as the year goes on, start to run with a little more efficiency, explosiveness. Tonight they've been running decently well. It feels like I don't know if the numbers are backing that up, but yeah, again, that would be to me the biggest bugaboo is the best teams can kind of beat you in multiple ways, and I would love it if their run game was a little more explosive. But for now, I'm obviously not complaining too much.
Like the early Ravens, we'll see if they fall behind, if they can still keep up. With Washington, real quick, I will say, and this is 2 horrific primetime losses for Washington in back-to-back weeks. I know Jaden Daniels just came back, but I mean, between the Chiefs last week, beat Washington 28-7 on Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football now, I mean, the game is 38-7. I don't know what the final score will end up being, but that is a combined score of 66-14 in primetime in the last 2 weeks. Washington's season is not over, but it kind of feels a little over. Like Terry McLaurin has a setback with his quad. Luke McCaffrey goes out tonight. Noah Brown's hurt. They are, frankly, all the younger guys are hurt. All the older guys are hurt. Like they are. The defense is obliterated. I mean, it might be, I want to, Bill and Sal cross the team off every week. Watching this game tonight, I'm like, Washington just feels like a 3rd tier NFC team.
The thing about Washington to me is it's probably really hard to almost make the Super Bowl last year and then kind of have to take a step back and
Jaden
almost
Daniels
be like, we kind of need to rebuild a little bit, reset.
Wait, Jaden Daniels got hurt while we're talking?
Right.
Oh, is that right?
No, I'm asking
That's not good. Yes, he's hurt. He's writhing on the ground right now. This is
Get
not
the
good.
fuck out.
Oh.
Well, it was 38-7, so this is.
I think his elbow.
Oh,
the wrong way.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
That is not good.
It's his non-throwing elbow.
That
Oh, we'll just cut it off.
Extremely painful. I think it was his left elbow. Yeah, Craig.
Holy, but that's pretty gruesome. It's making a
is
right
it
angle
really?
in the wrong direction.
Well, that's why you probably shouldn't keep your guys in when it's 38-7.
I know there's 7 minutes left in this game and he's scrambling. Ooh, that's horrible. Hopefully he's all right.
Well, I guess Washington's season is over.
Yeah, Craig, as you were saying.
Well, my point was going to be is like, even if the season's over, like the one thing you want as a fan of a football team is like, I want to know we have our guy at quarterback, and at least you know that Jane Daniels is awesome.
Yeah. Is that what you were saying when you realized he was writhing in the ground because his elbow was pointing away?
I was like, okay, look, if the year's not going to be here,
hopefully
he's
they have
okay.
him for the long term.
Yes, I'm like, at least you know you have a guy who can play like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL when he's right.
Right. Man,
Sagas, he's right. Stretch it off or whatever.
Hold on. Yeah.
Wow. Well, on that lovely note, let's get to the most important thing that happened on Sunday Night Football.
I think I know what you're going to say.
I thought I was having like an aneurysm or something. Chris Collinsworth, they show a B-roll of the city, which is funny because the stadium's nowhere really near the city, but they show the B-roll of the Lincoln Memorial. And Chris Collinsworth says, "Did you know?" Oh, sorry. He's like, Craig, can you do it?
He's like, my dad's name was Abraham Lincoln. And Mike Tirico was like, what?
What?
And he's like, yep, my dad was Abraham Lincoln Collinsworth. I Googled it. Obviously, like, that's correct. Abe Lincoln Collinsworth is Chris Collinsworth's dad. He played basketball at Kentucky. He won the national championship in 1957. His name's Abraham Lincoln Collinsworth.
Abraham Lincoln Collins. Isn't the irony? Wasn't that Kentucky team actually all white? They weren't even segregated. They were still segregated at the time. This guy named Abraham Lincoln on an all-white basketball team.
On a segregated basketball team.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have made it otherwise. That's crazy. Abraham Lincoln Collinsworth.
Dad's name is like,
and Tirico is just like, oh, you learn something new every day. Okay.
Abraham
never
Lincoln
come up.
Dude, honest Abe Lincoln Collinsworth.
That's wild. Also, wait, one thing before we move on from this game, I just found this to be really odd. The kicker for the Seahawks, they were about to kick the field goal, and then it was like close to halftime. And they said, his name's Jason Myers, the kicker. And Tirico said, no one has scored more points in the NFL the last 5 years than this man. And I was like, excuse me? Jason Myers has the most points in the NFL since 2020? I had no fucking idea. You could have given me 100 people. I know it's often
we don't talk
kickers.
about points in NFL.
I know it's often kickers, Jason Myers is not a kicker that like lives in my head at all.
Right.
You're
if you
right.
told me to pick 20 kickers,
I can barely remember
Myers.
He's the Seahawks kicker, you know?
I would have been like Justin Tucker, Chris Boswell. I don't know. Like,
right.
Just a
Jason
rando.
Myers. Yeah.
Wait, Craig, before we go, I'm going to text you something right now. I have no context. If you're listening, I haven't sent this to him yet. I want you to just read this in your Chris Collinsworth voice, okay? Just read what I just texted you in your Chris Collinsworth voice.
77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, might conceived in liberty, dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. I just love how now we're engaged in a great civil war, testing whether the nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on this great battle gridiron of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field and as a final resting place for those who gave their lives that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this, Mike.
The Gettysburg Address. Jesus. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, thanks, Chris.
3rd and 8 for Marcus Mariota.
All right, winner or loser? I already feel like
they just scored a touchdown. Yeah,
they did.
Without him, there you go. Look it up.
Who scored?
Rodriguez, I think.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right.
Not Bill.
No, not Bill Merritt. And yeah, okay, we could probably move on from this game.
Yeah, we're gonna move on from this game. We're gonna do
my
winners.
dad just texted me, nasty Jaden Daniels injury. Indeed.
Right. That's right.
He's in an air cast. Or not an air cast, he's in some type of
Your dad said
cast.
Nasty injury. Your mom said, why do you look so sweaty?
I know.
Are you sick?
Are you sick? You look sickly. Wait, winner from today. We're going Buffalo. Buffalo beat
They
Kansas.
literally won. They quite literally won the game.
Yeah. Buffalo beat Kansas City 28-21.
But again, can we call them a winner? I thought we said on Thursday that if they win, it literally doesn't matter.
Well, that was what I was saying. That's what where I'm going. They are literally a winner because Buffalo has now beaten Kansas City 5 straight regular seasons, but they're still 0-4 versus the Chiefs in the playoffs. Yeah. So, DK, while Buffalo is literally a winner, does this mean anything to you?
like narratively, not a lot. It does help with the standings. It helps with the playoff seeding.
It literally helps with the standings.
It helps in the standings
I'm talking about like once they get to the playoffs and these teams inevitably face off again in the playoffs, does this win mean anything? No, probably not.
If anything, it's almost funny from the Chiefs. Like, it's almost like we're just going to lose every regular season just to show you that it doesn't matter.
This doesn't bother us at all.
Every single time these teams have played in the regular season, you feel like it's meant something, and then you get there and it doesn't. I mean, I think this game in a nutshell, I don't want to spend that much time on it because we talk so much time about these. Everyone watched this game. I feel like it's like pseudo prime time. I think the whole thing's kind of summed up that Josh Allen set the Bills franchise record for completion percentage with like 88%, 89% almost. And then Patrick Mahomes had the lowest completion percentage of his career. I think that kind of just is a neat little summary.
They just couldn't block. The Chiefs couldn't block. To me, that was the story. Mahomes was pressured all night.
At 50, got hit 15 times. And they just kind of kept losing offensive linemen. It was like Kingsley Suamataia got hurt, and then Jawan Taylor went out. And then obviously Josh Simmons has this like situation. He's away from the team. And frankly, I mean, DK, do you think Joey Bosa is back? Or do you think the Chiefs line was playing so poorly that Joey Bosa was briefly resuscitated?
I don't know. I think it definitely somewhere in the middle. I don't think he's like back. There was one play, the fourth down play, where they got like Chiefs got a fourth and 17. Bosa got so cleanly into the backfield that he thought they were running a screen to his side because no one was blocking him. And so he like ran in a circle because he was like, wait, where's the running back?
That was one of the stranger plays. That wasn't like the craziest play I've ever seen or all season.
Yeah.
But it was
wild.
It was bizarre. I don't know why the Chiefs can't really get 3rd and 1s, but that 4th and 17. I don't know, Craig. I thought that 4th and 17 was just, like I actually like my eyes kind of popped out of my head.
I know that was the most casual 4th and 17 conversion I've ever seen in my life. Everyone just kind of moved on, which I guess is a testament to how amazing Mahomes is. But I mean,
also then Rashee Rice again, just running around,
just open,
just wide fucking open, like always.
4th and 17 was a 29-yard pass to Rice. He's just like wide open in the middle of the field, and I just couldn't believe. It's like they were in a weird spot where they're like too far to kick, too close to punt. They're like, I guess we'll just go for it, and they just like very easily got it. And I thought it was ridiculous.
It was the easiest looking thing I've ever seen, probably because they didn't block Joey Bosa and he decided not to do anything about it. But I get it. Would have been confusing for him too. James Cook, first running back to run for 100 yards in the Chiefs in 34 games. I do just want to shout out Josh Allen. Most games ever with a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown in NFL history. Mm-hmm. He's like not 30 yet. That's kind of also players who've had 6 rushing touchdowns in 8 straight seasons is just a list of 5 of the best running backs ever. It's like LaDainian Tomlinson and Marshall Faulk and Jim Brown, Derrick Henry, Thurman Thomas, and then Josh Allen. It's just bizarre. So, but anyway, we don't have to spend a ton of time on this. It's Bills' literal winner.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But then a literal and spiritual winner. And I do think the thing we should probably go to next is, Craig, your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Unfortunately for our Ringer 107 picks, in which we did horribly, the Colts were not a wagon today. And of course, this just goes to show, like, I don't know, man. This stuff's all over the place. Like
the NFL is insane.
Like the Packers losing to the Panthers. The Steelers fucking handled the Colts. Like, this game ended up 27-20. It was really like 24-10, basically most of the second half. That's spiritually like the real score was more like 24-10. The Colts had 6 turnovers. They had 4 all season, and today they had 6. Daniel Jones had 3 picks and 2 fumbles. The Steelers their defense was completely different. I mean, I know they switched up some scheme stuff, which is nice to see. Their defensive line was fucking great. Like their linebackers and their linemen were just like in Daniel Jones's shorts the entire night. They couldn't get anything going. They couldn't run the ball. Jonathan Taylor, like 50 yards rushing. And it looked like what the hype was supposed, in August, everybody was talking, the Steelers defense could be special.
Right.
The practices that we're seeing from this defense, DK Metcalf, I think this is the best defense I've ever seen, him coming from Seattle. And they've been horrible all season. Couldn't do anything. They were getting gashed by tight ends. Tyler Warren had his lowest total of the year, 20 yards, I think he had. It was a complete reversal of everything we've seen from the Steelers defense this year.
Yeah. I mean, and again, to reiterate, this was one of the greatest offenses we've seen through 8 weeks ever.
And they couldn't do anything.
Legitimately up there with the 07 Patriots.
And the Steelers had injuries. Like, they had a bunch of safeties out. They had to move Jalen Ramsey to safety. They traded for Kyle Duggar. He started after basically 2 days in Pittsburgh. But their defensive line was great. Like, the rookie Harmon's good. Like, they have a lot of Peyton Wilson, their second-year guy's awesome. Yeah. They're really good up front. And so I honestly, I don't know what to take away from this game. I don't know if that's who the Steelers are or what.
It's the 1,000th lesson in the Tallman era that as soon as we completely write off the Steelers, that you should bet on them. All it took was Craig having an intrusive thought last week that TJ Watt was super overrated, and then Steelers fans literally holding a funeral for their defense in the parking lot with a fucking casket in the parking lot for to revive
the demons. Yeah.
TJ Watt had a really great strip sack. Look, then the offense was pretty mediocre, but 18 pressures on Daniel Jones. What can we say?
18, 6 takeaways.
Well, we have
insane.
to. I know we're not here at Fart or Shart yet, but we have to do a little interlude here for Fart or Shart. DK, is this a fart for the Colts? Is this just like a burn the tape? Like, you know what happens sometimes, TJ, what gets to you? Or is this is Daniel, like when Sam Darnold just had his total collapse the 2 weeks at the end of last season? Like, did that just happen to Daniel Jones? Is it going to be totally different going forward? Or what's it going to be?
No, I don't think this is a Shart. Like, I don't think they're going to turn back into like a terrible offense and all that stuff. I do think it will be very telling to see how Daniel Jones reacts to this, because I think in the past, I got like 5 different texts from people today being like, "Oh, old Sam Darnold is back." You know what I mean? Like, Sam Darnold. Old Daniel Jones is back. And it kind of reminds me of like Sam Darnold last year, kind of collapsing at the worst possible time for the Vikings. And so, it'll be really cool or informative, I guess, to see how he reacts to this next week. But yeah, I mean, this was a horrible game by Daniel Jones. 5 turnovers. Like you said, he had 2 fumbles lost. I think he had 3 fumbles, and then he lost 2 of them. Yeah. Plus 3 picks. They couldn't run the ball, which was shocking. Again, this was like a terrible defense for the rest of the season. The Steelers,
like historically bad. The Steelers
so
put up,
weird.
I think, 450 yards each of the last 2 games, which the Steelers defense has never done.
Jonathan Taylor, 14 rushes for 45 yards. They couldn't run the ball, so they had to put it all on Daniel Jones' shoulders. Again, this offense has been so good because they have such incredible balance, and they have so many different weapons that can make big plays. And it just went to crap today. I think they're going to be fine. I think their offense is going to remain very good. But just a sliver in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, did Daniel Jones just turn back into a pumpkin here?
Well,
it's
interesting. We're in an interesting time right now with a handful of good teams in the NFL. Guys like Daniel Jones, I would put Sam Darnold in this category.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is pretty young and unproven, but I kind of think he has the same feeling. You could throw what Mac Jones is doing on the Niners in there, where there's a lot of guys who are performing really well in the system. When things are working right, they look awesome. And then we saw Darnold in the playoffs last year. And there are these quarterbacks that are like, every week I see it, I believe a little bit more and more. However, I wouldn't let these guys walk me across the street, because when the playoffs roll around, I don't trust any of them. But their offenses are absolutely humming. Like the Bears put up 47 points today, and Daniel Jones, the best offense since the 07 Patriots, and yet still, Heifetz, doesn't it feel like
they're the most points per drive since the 07 Patriots. They're not the best offense since the 07 Patriots.
Doesn't it feel that way though, where there's a lot of these great offenses and great quarterbacks that you still don't trust?
Yeah, I mean, it's the reality is that we give too much credit individually to quarterbacks sometimes, and it's okay for quarterbacks to like operate in one of the most efficient offenses ever. Like the Lions also, if you just look at straight points per game through like 10 weeks, one of the best teams ever was the Lions last year with Jared Goff.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I guess I'm more comfortable with this idea that sometimes Sam Darnold would just come out and throw 4 touchdowns and 16 passes at 6 months after we wanted to write him off, 1 month after we decided he was a great quarterback, after 5 years of writing him off. Jones, I actually was just more I really struggled. I believed he was better and healthier than he ended on the Giants' tenure, but it was rattling. It just was really like hurting my brain that the Colts offense could be 30 plus points per game with him. And I kind of have been waiting for something like this, mostly to just like make me feel better that the Giants released this man last year, like in November. They cut him. And I'm like, and he just now, but I don't know. I mean, clearly the Colts are just a better team. I don't know. I think this is probably closer to burn the tape. I don't think the Colts are going to be a 30 plus point team going forward. I'm confused. I want to go back and watch this game to your point, why the Colts couldn't run on Pittsburgh. I was very surprised by. But they also made a lot of stupid fucking mistakes, like 6 turnovers. Yeah. Frankly, they only lost by 7 goddamn points.
No, I know.
That's the flip side is don't turn it over 6 times. Even the Colts have turned it over 3 times. They probably win this game.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Downs fumbled the punt.
That was so stupid too. I am so judgy of punt returners. If you're not going to catch it, get away
Get out
from
of
the
the way.
ball. Why do you need to be so close? You've decided not to catch it. Get away from the ball. You're like voyeurism. What are you doing?
And then sometimes, like, they're like, I'm not going to touch it. But then it bounces close to them. And they're like, ooh, wait, should I? And
Should
it's like,
I?
Get away.
I'm not supposed to be
Away.
here. Get away. Oh, God. Anyway. Yeah. No,
Anyway, Steelers, I guess the steel curtain's back.
Are they back?
Know.
Are they back?
I don't know.
I Googled silk curtain trying to find the joke you made, and then I just got a bunch of ads for curtains, and I felt really stupid. You mentioned the other team. You mentioned how the Bears scored all these points today, and I'm sorry, my loser has to be the Cincinnati Bengals because I actually originally was going to talk.
Yeah.
I was going to have winner Joe Flacco because I just couldn't believe what I watched. Mm-hmm. And then the Bengals lost the game to the Bears today. It was really, I know we joke about this all the time, but really was one of the 4 or 5 craziest games of the entire year. It just truly like an inexplicable game. The final score is hilarious. It's 47. Bears had 47 points. Bengals had 42. I feel like in the offseason, when the Bengals signed Jamar Chase to a huge contract and signed T. Higgins also to a huge contract, both at receiver, and brought back Mike Gesicki at tight end, while also paying Joe Burrow. We went on the show and we literally said, isn't spending all of this money on offense going to just lock in Cincinnati as a non-competitive defense that will bring down the ceiling of this team's ability to win every single week? And Mina Kimes made the joke, the Simpsons Mark McGuire joke of the
sock some dingers.
Do you want to know the terrifying truth, or you want to watch Jamar Chase and T. Higgins sock some dingers? And we were like, dingers! This was the dingers game. Just dingers.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't decide whether this was a impressive or just horrific for both teams. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know whether to be impressed or disgusted.
Just a strip club. It was a strip club of a game.
It was crazy because, I mean, obviously the offense is exciting. There was a whole bunch of guys that kind of were blossoming before our eyes. Like, Colston Loveland had an incredible game-winning play. And then also I was just like, man, this isn't good football. This isn't fun to watch. What are we doing here?
Corey Maggette, bad porn. A lot of scoring and penetration. I don't know if you're having fun watching it. But so I mean, just to go through it, because this was inexplicable. Joe Flacco broke his career high for passing yards by almost 100 yards. Had 4 passing touchdowns.
450 something?
He's the first guy over 40 to ever hit 470 yards a game. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins both had over 100 yards. T. Higgins was the number 2 receiver on the day. The Bengals had 42 points. Just to recap, in case you didn't see this one, the game just seemed super over. There's like under 3 minutes left. The Bengals are down 14 points with under 3 minutes left. Joe Flacco throws a pick. Game's over. I don't know what the odds are on that. It has to be 99. That has to be like a Giants Broncos situation, 1,600 games in a row, like turnover, down 14, under 3 minutes, the game's over. Well, Flacco gets the ball back right before the 2-minute warning. Joe Flacco scores in 4 plays with a crazy touchdown to T. Higgins. Get the 2-point conversion, also to T. Higgins. Bengals get the onside kick, which never happens anymore.
Oh, the percentage of getting an onside kick nowadays, isn't it like 3% or something ridiculous? It's crazy low.
Like, it meets the standard of literally a statistical anomaly. And so now Flacco gets the ball back down 6, scores again in 6 plays. So Joe Flacco scores 2 touchdowns in 49 seconds of game time under the 2-minute warning, to the point where he actually leaves time left for the Bears, which is like inconceivable.
Yeah, like to be down 50 seconds or something.
To be down 14 under the 2-minute warning and to actually take the lead and leave too much time is just blew my mind. So then the Bengals, who are so fucking bad at tackling, that Caleb Williams hits Colston Loveland over the middle for, I don't know, 20 yards downfield.
He pinballed off of 3 guys and then ran 58 yards.
The safety on Cincinnati, it's easy to criticize, but like obviously you get mad when a safety just kind of throws a shoulder at a guy and then like they bounce and you're like wrap up. That is like the ultimate wrap up situation. There's like 35 seconds left at the time. They need a touchdown. Like tackle him, lay on him. Like you need to like kill clock, and he
use your arms.
Yeah, use your arms. And he just bounces and runs in the whole thing. And the Bengals players after the game lost their minds. Chase Brown was they just threw the team under the bus. Chase Brown was just sitting there. It was like me with Craig in the group chat, just making fun of him too. Like Chase Brown was like, they were asked Chase Brown, the running back, how do you feel? He was like, I feel like we should win the game. He's like, I feel just to get a stop. We put up 42 points. We got the lead back. Like, just end the game. Let us go to victory formation. I'm like, oh my God, these guys are losing their minds.
You know what I don't understand about this Bengals Joe Flacco thing? I guess it's only how many games he played? Has he played 4?
4. He's 11 touchdowns and 2 picks in these 4 games.
Why is he not taking as many sacks as Joe Burrow and getting hit as much? Because it's like if you look at the numbers, he's basically getting sacked like half as much as Burrow did. Why?
Sacks are a quarterback stat.
It's a stylistic approach to pressure.
I guess it's rhetorical, but it's just because Joe Burrow takes more sacks. Like
Joe
he just is less decisive or something. I don't know.
I'd actually be curious to pull up the time to throw. I think the short answer is basically like your reaction.
Flacco's
to pressure.
getting it out earlier.
Yeah, your reaction to pressure is either to hold on to the ball and scramble and try to extend. What Burrow does is he's like he will trade sacks for the opportunity to extend the play and try to get a play downfield. Yeah. Flacco has made it to 41 years old by getting rid of the ball.
It's just funny though that like Jamar Chase is having the best stretch of his career and it's not with Joe Burrow.
For fantasy, because there's a lot of catches.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase is absolutely fucking miserable right now, by the way.
I
the cut to him on the
sideline. It's just kind of funny that a 41-year-old is taking less sacks and doing a better job at getting
Well,
Chase.
Craig, that's like my intrusive thought of the week was basically like, wait, it had me, what Joe Flacco was doing has me almost doubting my conviction that Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks. Like, is Joe Burrow a system quarterback? Is T. Higgins and Jamar Chase just propping Joe Burrow up?
He does.
There's no way, right?
Joe Flacco does make it look quite easy to play with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Like, oh, can anyone do this?
Also, the context of when Joe Flacco was with the Browns, he was legitimately fucking horrible. He was the worst quarterback in the NFL when he was on the Browns.
He's throwing a Jerry
earlier
Jeudy
this year. That's right. This is my point. This is what I'm saying.
Almost like the theme of every conversation. Just it's a team sport.
From weeks 1 to 4, guys. Weeks 1 to 4. Joe Flacco averaged 6 points per game. He was dead last in fantasy points per game. He had 2 touchdowns and 6 picks, a 60 passer rating, which was also dead last, 32nd in EPA per dropback. Since week 6 since being traded, and this is why Mike Tomlin was upset about this, he is the QB1 in fantasy, 25 points per game.
Is
11
he really?
touchdowns to 2 interceptions, 28 completions per game, which is most in the NFL, 103 passer rating. He's 5th in EPA per dropback.
They are averaging more points per game than they've ever averaged with Burrow. They are leading the league in points per game with Joe Flacco, 32 points a game.
What the hell?
We haven't talked about this. Why should the leadership of the Cleveland Browns not be fired for this? For sending Joe Flacco to the Bengals?
Well, remember you said they're playing chess. They want the Bengals to be better so that the Bengals will get a worse pick.
If that was their reason, if they said that to Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the Browns, and they're like, the Bengals will be better and will be worse, and that way we're ruining the draft capital. Cool. If they said Joe Flacco sucks, he can't play, we're going to send him to Cleveland, and we're going to send him to Cincy, it's going to ruin their season. For a 5th-round pick swap, they moved from basically the 180th pick to the 210th pick. If they told him that to just basically move up 30 spots on the 3rd day of the draft, like they honestly, I think this is malpractice, and I actually think I think it will actually maybe end the tenure of the Cleveland front office. I'm not saying it will happen.
This is the straw that's going to break the camel's back of the fucking Browns.
For the fan base. I think the fan base can't get over this. There are Cincinnati and Cleveland.
Meanwhile,
not that
Dylan
far
Gabriel
apart.
can't pass the ball more than like 10 yards down the field.
Have you seen? No, I'm just saying the Browns fans can take a lot.
Certainly.
Flacco playing like this for your division rival because you gave them to they didn't get anything. They turned a 6th rounder into a 5th rounder.
The division rival thing is it's un-American.
It is un-American.
It's un-American trading to your division rival.
It's kind of all you have at some point.
It is. Like what are we doing? Like it's unsportsmanlike.
It is unsportsmanlike conduct. That is literally what the Browns did.
You can't do that.
It's been. I will say though, I'm upset that the Bears won, not because I don't like the Bears.
The Bengals keep losing, so
they keep losing.
Well, speaking of that, before we talked about the Bears, I have a great stat for you here. The Bengals are the first team to score 38 plus points in back-to-back games and lose both since the 1966 Giants.
Yeah. The Bengals defense, it sucks. It's going to suck. They're going to be like this forever. They're locked in. It's not because they paid the guys. It's because they missed all their picks on defense. It is what it is. We'll get to the Bears in a second. I just want to say, before the Bears came back and won this game, I think what Flacco's doing, because he should have won this game, and the story should have been the Bengals defense flew it. Joe Flacco came back he should have won this game in regulation with 1:45 left. I think this is one of the craziest runs I've ever seen from an athlete. Like Joe Flacco the last 3 years He was dead to rights 2 years ago. So much so to the point that he beat DeMar Hamlin for comeback player of the year 2 years ago.
He's literally Michael Myers every season. He just keeps.
He was
back.
dead to rights 4 weeks ago. Like he was awful for the Browns. Can I reiterate? He was the worst quarterback in the NFL when he was on the Browns.
This is unbelievable.
A month ago.
Yeah, I'm blown away by Flacco. But the Bears, though, do deserve credit because even if they did it in the strip club of the Cincinnati Bengals, we keep making the joke because it's the Craig. How did you put it? It's like, is this team actually good, or is it just it's like, does the stripper actually like you, or is this just her job? It's like, is this team actually good, or is this the Bengals defense they're playing?
Right.
Yeah, and it definitely is. The Bengals defense is horrific. But we said on Thursday, we were like, if there's any game where Caleb's going to be fantastic, it better be this game. And I mean, he was great, especially for fantasy. He was by far the best fantasy quarterback of the day. I think it was the third best game of a fantasy quarterback this whole season. He had 37 points, caught a touchdown, threw 3.
Caught 2 passes today.
Yeah, caught a touchdown from
Not
DJ
one,
Moore.
but 2.
Yeah, they were great. And then we also saw Colston Loveland, like finally. We also talked about this on Thursday. If we were as good at our Ringer 107 picks as we were about fantasy prognostication, we'd be having a good Sunday because Colston Loveland, as we said, all the Bears receivers were banged up. Loveland was fantastic, had the game-winning 50-yard touchdown, and like looks now like he is, officially kind of like, oh, I understand why they took this guy 10th.
Right. Yeah, that's the key thing is now you kind of can glimpse why they took him over Tyler Warren. I think for most of the year, it was like, man, look at what Tyler Warren's doing. And then Colston.
And now
Loveland.
the Colts suck.
I think he's closed the gap, and he did look great. He out there, he had 26 points in fantasy, 2 touchdowns, 118 yards. This other guy, Kyle Monangai, also looked really good. Their running back, their backup running back, who's been splitting reps with DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift was out this week. Monangai looked really. He was breaking a lot of tackles, pretty explosive.
He looked amazing.
Passes. Yeah.
For a 7th rounder.
He looked
100%.
like David Montgomery. He looked like he was doing a David Montgomery Halloween costume.
Yeah.
So he finished as the RB3 on the day. DJ Moore finished as wide receiver 3. He threw a touchdown on the Philly special to Caleb Williams. He's looking like he's getting more on the same page with Caleb Williams. I think their connection is like improving a little bit over the last few weeks. So that's good. Overall, though, like hopefully, obviously, this is a huge caveat. It's the Bengals defense. They're not going to face the Bengals defense every week.
But they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, maybe this will be like a little bit of a momentum, confidence builder for them, and they can start to really gel. And it's nice to see the young players for the Bears kind of doing what they were supposed to do.
Well, I will say, for
one.
For the first time this season, maybe ever on this show, I think we have a debutante ball daily double with Monangai and Loveland here, right?
There we go.
2 guys, 2 rookies maturing in front of our very eyes. We need a sound drop.
Every
Jeopardy.
time you say maturing, Heifetz dies a little.
That's like people who say
true.
human being maturing. We need a sound drop like Jeopardy for debutante daily double. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Monangai looks fantastic, and he looks better than DeAndre Swift. So,
I mean, importantly, their run game has just been effective.
I know it's the Bengals. I understand that, but he looked awesome to me.
47 points in regulation, pretty good. So stick with the NFC North here. We got to go to It's So Over. We're so back. We're so back for JJ McCarthy, quarterback of the Vikings. I don't know, DK. I thought it was a
huge
big game
for him. This was a crucial game for him. I mean, if he would have played poorly, it would have been all fucking over. No, he looked actually very impressive. Heifetz, credit to that for having that. I got off that pod and I was like, I don't even know what we were arguing about really, but JJ McCarthy played really well in that game.
Wait, credit to Heifetz for predicting he would play well? I think he just said this is an important game.
Okay, I'm taking the credit back. Heifetz gets no credit.
Shit. Well, I forget. Heifetz, were you saying McCarthy was going to be awesome?
No, we were arguing over whether it was like a pivotal game, I guess, for JJ.
Pull
McCarthy.
up the tape. I said JJ McCarthy's going to complete 14 of 25 passes for 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 5 sacks. He's going to run 9 times for 12 yards. The stat line won't be awesome.
Stat line doesn't look great, actually.
No, but he's going to have a few awesome moments. I will say he didn't have to do a ton. He was protected. But like the first drive, like didn't have to do much. They moved the ball a lot with runs and screens. Then he threw an awesome, like the first real pass he had of the game was like a dime to Jordan Addison, and Jordan Addison dropped it. It was awesome. So 2 plays later, he just throws to the other sideline to Justin Jefferson, and Justin Jefferson catches it. Touchdown. The next drive come down, and he like scrambling, gets to the red zone again, And he didn't really have to do a lot of work, him getting them in the red zone. But when he was there, he did his job. And he like did the thing you're like kind of never supposed to do as a rookie quarterback, got away with it. Scrambled to his right, threw across his body over the middle of the field. Just did it. Worked to TJ Hawkinson, got another touchdown, had another scramble in the third quarter, got a touchdown. Like there was a lot of punts in between that. Don't worry about it. But the coolest play that he had of the whole game was to ice the game because the Vikings won this game 27-24. And they actually get multiple first downs to not get the Lions the ball back. And on 3rd and 6, he kind of roped a pretty dangerous pass to Jalen Nailor, and he just fucking nailed it. And Jalen Nailor caught it, and they just ended the game. And it was pretty like ice in his veins. And then all the videos after the game were pretty cool.
Yeah, he's nuts. I mean, he is one of the more intense people I've ever seen, especially for a rookie. Him in the locker room afterwards, like he doesn't blink. But
Eye of the tiger, Craig.
It's almost like this guy has only thrown 41 passes in the NFL, and we shouldn't maybe decide if he's good or not yet. He's basically played 6 quarters until today. You know what I mean? This guy hadn't played football. And I
want to say, just from like an affect point of view or just his body language and how he appeared on the field, he felt way more confident, not a deer in the headlights like we saw for almost all his other plays prior to this, other than that fourth quarter against the Bears in week 1. I thought he just looked more confident, looked more poised. I don't know. He was just stepping into throws. He was playing on time a little bit more. He was definitely still late on some throws and there's things to work out. But I think overall, it was a positive performance, and we can probably shut up about like him getting benched now.
Well, this is why I thought it was such a big deal. The Vikings are 4-4, but every other team in the NFC North has 5 wins. So the Vikings are totally still back in the playoff hunt now. Like this was a huge win because they brought the Lions back to earth. The Packers blew it by losing to Carolina. Like the NFC North could go any which way over the second half of the season.
There's a lot of excitement. I think sometimes like rookies come in and they're kind of like still playing like they were in college, where it's like they're scrambling around. It's all like magic plays at the end of the game, stuff like that. I do think McCarthy has a lot of that, and it's like the actually good quarterbacks end up graduating from that, and they end up becoming guys who can just like sit in the pocket, rip passes, read a defense, play good. And that's always the line. There are a lot of guys who come in, like I think Dart has a little bit of the same thing, even though I think Dart's good, but like where it's just, it's like all these crazy magic plays, and it's like, these are fun, but eventually you're going to have to be able to just like face a good defense and dice them up with your arm. And so McCarthy, it's like we're seeing everything. Again, he's played like 10 quarters, and I think so far you have to be relatively excited about what you're seeing, right?
Yeah, I think Vikings fans, I think, feel super vindicated. Like because probably weren't shadow. He probably was hurt. Probably was
also also like maybe
because I said something about him never having a start for the Vikings ever again.
That was Bill made us give a hot take. So that was basically a
lot of people.
Well, I gave a correct take, which is that why did the Bengals even need Joe Burrow back? Like Joe Flacco's perfectly fine.
That's kind of aging perfectly. So.
Also, like maybe it's a good thing to wait to make sure that a player that is really important to your team is 100% healthy.
Yeah.
Yes. And the mobility, you could tell.
Dude, there was a couple of plays during this game where he got chased down from behind and tackled. And I was like, oh, God. Like, I was really worried about him a couple times, but came through unscathed. And yeah, they got to feel pretty confident going forward about this. So that's a huge bonus for them.
I can't wait for them. He's going to play like shit next week, and it's definitely going to be It's So Over.
It's so over.
Speaking of It's So Over, I felt like Travion Henderson for the Patriots, it was also kind of, it was a real big It's So Over, we're so back week within an It's So Over, we're so back season for Travion Henderson, where it's like every single time we're like, this is going to happen. No, it's not. I want this guy. Why am I doing this? And then today, Jackie and I are in like a 14-team league, and she actually needed to like add her. She comes to me like 20 minutes before the game starts. She's like, I need a running back off waivers. And I'm like, in a 14-team league to play. And I'm sitting there looking at Terrell Jennings, and I'm like, that's pretty stupid. I shouldn't do that. He's never had more than 2 fantasy points.
And then you saw the video of Vrabel hugging him, and you're like, you know what?
Anyway, he scored a touchdown instead of Travion Henderson. So I feel like it's so over. And yet, DK, you told me today that Travion Henderson's nameplate is allegedly the right size now.
I can't confirm it, but it looked normal. So that's good. You know, because we talked about his nameplate. His numbers were all small and like crammed together. Really.
His letters, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, his letters. And there's like all these people talking about how, you know, the uniform design is, they have the stripes on the shoulders. I'm like, what about Christian Gonzalez? What about fucking Ramondre Stevenson? Their nameplates are normal. Like, why can't we fit his name in there? Anyway, so it looks like they fixed it. Maybe they didn't, but it looked normal today. So we're still back on that. He also had his best game, I think, as a pro. 14 carries, 55 yards. He had 4 catches for 32 yards. He played 75% of the snaps.
So he's like a third of the way to Kyle Manung guy. Cool.
I'm sure he'll get relegated back to the bench if Ramondre comes back. So you gotta kind of watch what happens with Ramondre's injury as a toe injury, which can linger. But at the very least, he made some nice plays today.
Yeah,
which was something that you couldn't have said about pretty much any other game before last week.
It was still annoyingly underwhelming for a guy who started the game.
Yeah.
And he had like 11 points.
I mean,
it was fine. It was fine.
Oh my God, DK, you're such a whore for double digits. If he had 9.6 points, you would not be like, yeah, he had 9.6. He has 10.4.
I'm looking on the bright side of life.
Like
right?
watching Terrell Jennings score in the first quarter in the red zone, I was like, what the fuck?
I know.
Like,
I know.
So
I totally agree.
Craig just texted Terrell Jennings to the group chat.
Like, what are we doing?
It's like he's putting the people to kill list. Terrell Jennings.
Now we're going to get into something special. That's right. It's time for a brand new segment called Who's Cooking This Week? Brought to you by our friends at IKEA. Now, IKEA is where to go when you want to cook up your dream kitchen. But today we're talking about who is absolutely cooking in fantasy football. And Craig, I think that there's only one guy here we can really start this with who's in the kitchen cooking.
I got to give it to Drake London, who the Falcons unfortunately lost in devastating fashion by 1 point to the Patriots. But Drake London is absolutely cooking in fantasy. It was a slow start. The first month was a little messy. Since week 4, Drake London, number 1 wide receiver in fantasy in points per game.
Really?
He had 3 touchdowns today, about 120 yards. Third best fantasy performance by a receiver this season. Every touchdown was fantastic. Like even if he just had one of those, it would have been like the play of the day. I think he had 3. They were all like one-handed. He is basically playing basketball. Like he plays basketball at wide receiver more than any receiver I can remember. He's like, I don't even know why he needs to run routes. Like just aim him at the corner of the end zone and throw it up, and he will just like go up and come down with it like a power forward.
Yeah,
he is really. I mean, he literally did play basketball at USC, but he's incredible, and he's like the new best jump ball guy in the league. I feel like him and T. Higgins.
That is a good point, because I think T. Higgins still deserves the crown, but I agree that Drake London's right there. I think today looked like Michael Penix to Drake London today really reminded me of Michael Penix to Roma Dunze at Washington in college, where Michael Penix just had this rapport of just like, I'm just going to throw up, and that works like 80% of the time, just toss it to Rome. He's going to figure it out. But like with just enough of a rapport to figure out what, like picking and choosing your spots, they were totally on par, or they were just on the same page the whole time. But to your point about the degree of difficulty, it's like if it was gymnastics, like the harder the routine, the bigger the score, the multiplier, or whatever. Like Drake London, it wasn't quite Simone Biles stuff out there, but everything was like as hard as it could be with no margin for error. It's at the end of the half. It was at the end of the game. It was to tie the game. I know they didn't tie the game, but everything was really important and as hard as it could possibly be. And Drake London it kept like escalating the scene.
Yeah, the fourth quarter one was nuts. It was like one-handed corner of the end zone. He had like a 50-yard catch down the sideline where he went up so high and grabbed it. He basically landed on Christian Gonzalez. He like body slammed him and injured him.
It was like a WWE move. It was like he caught the ball and then like crushed him.
He like his airtime was so much better than Christian Gonzalez's that by the time he came down, Christian Gonzalez was already on the ground, and then he like landed on him. But yeah, man.
Remember the quaint old days when we couldn't remember any plays from Drake London? Those days are over.
I know. He has such an identity now to me. Like he's like a Mike Evans, T. Higgins, just like throw it up to him in the corner of the end zone.
Drake London to me is also age-wise like the Sam Darnold, because the same way Darnold is like 2.5 years older than Tyler Shuck, who had one of the worst performances I've ever seen today. Drake, like I'm just saying, Drake London's 24.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like his entire prime is ahead of him. So I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's a good call, Craig, too, because it felt like at the beginning of the year he was a bust. It felt like things were going to go really poorly. I remember because we touted him a lot. We really liked him coming into the year, and I was like, oh, this is not aging well. But they're definitely on the same page now, and because like last year when Penix was starting, he was the number 1 receiver in fantasy.
Yes.
So
now we're seeing that again. Like he's just lasering in on him. I think he had 14 targets today.
The other guy that I want to shout out, who is also doing, he at the beginning of the year, it looked like he was one of the worst picks in fantasy. And it was mainly because he got hurt and then he tried to play through the injury.
Yeah, it was only because he got hurt.
Right. But Brock Bowers, man, he reminded me today why I love him so much. He was absolutely thrilling to watch. Just the guy moves differently than everyone else on the field. He's bigger and more explosive than pretty much any defender. And he had 3 touchdowns in this game. He had a one-handed touchdown in the beginning of the game. Another, he like caught a ball and outraced everyone to the end zone. And then he caught a 3rd touchdown in overtime. The dude, he's just so good. I love Brock Bowers. He clearly changes the Raiders offense so much. So it's really just fun to see him healthy and out there. I think Geno had a much better game today because Brock was out there kind of doing his thing. So he had 37 fantasy points, 3 touchdowns, 127 yards. Like, this is exactly why people were drafting him at the 1-2 turn this year.
It's a big win for waiting for your players to be healthy with JJ McCarthy and Brock Bowers, where they took the extra weeks to be like, we're actually going to wait till he's 100%. And he's probably not even 100%. And he is so clearly like the best tight end in the league. It's crazy.
He's the best player on the field.
It's like one of the best receivers, period. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And Bowers too. It's funny though, DK, because you're like, oh, he looks like he's huge. He does look like he's huge. He's not. He just has like this, every time he has the ball, he just feels like he can't be brought down or he can't be caught. Yeah.
He's like made of cement.
But he's 6'3". He's kind of, if he's 6'2", he probably wouldn't play tight end. I see what you're saying, Craig. It's funny too, because there were all these memes of people, of Aaron Glenn, the coach of the Jets, sprinting down the sideline celebrating. And it was just like all these like 1-7 fantasy managers celebrating that Brock Bowers had 40 points today. But Brock Bowers doubled his fantasy points today. Like, I don't think Brock Bowers
he's like the tight end 10 even after missing all that time.
Because he doubled his points today. I looked it up because I was curious. If you go by full PPR scoring, so like you get a full point per catch, Brock Bowers had the 10th most fantasy points today in a single game by a tight end ever.
I mean, he made me believe in the Raiders again. Geno was kind of cooking. Ashton Genty was doing stuff. I was like, they're hanging with the Jags. We can talk about what they did at the end of the game by going for 2, but they lost by 1. But I don't know. The offense looked a lot better because of Brock Bowers.
Yeah. And Bowers just unbelievable. The other guy I want to just mention for cooking day is Matt Stafford for the Rams. We don't have to spend a ton of time in this game. It was 30. The Rams beat the Saints 34-10. It was not
the least competitive game maybe of this year.
Dude,
that was the one bet we hit.
Yeah. Good.
Stafford this season has 21 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions.
He had 20 touchdown passes last year in the entire year.
Wait, can I be the guy to do it? Why isn't he in the MVP conversation?
But he actually should be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he has 21 touchdowns and 2 picks. I know it's probably Josh Allen, but if we voted today, I feel like Stafford would be 2nd or 3rd, or at least should be.
And I mean, them getting Devontae also is so, it's like, because Puka inevitably will miss a quarter of every game because he always gets injured because he's a maniac. And having Devontae there is just like this automatic red zone target for Matt Stafford is really something.
I was thinking today, Stafford to Devontae at the 2-yard line feels as inevitable as, this gets lost, but peak Drew Brees to peak Jimmy Graham felt literally like unstoppable. Like there's nothing you could do. And obviously Devontae Adams is not like stylistically or size-wise like Jimmy Graham. But watching it today, I was kind of like, there's nothing anyone could do about this with the Rams. Yeah. Like there's no way to play defense in a way that Stafford's not going to get this ball to Devontae unless you just play in a way that they're just going to be able to run it up the middle.
It's like a pick and roll in the NBA with like two players that like no matter what you do, you can't stop it.
It's like Wemby in the pick and roll, and you're like, what?
You're like, I don't know how we do that. And Puka did leave for a portion of the game today. He was hurt. Puka never has a normal injury. It's never like his ankle. I feel like it's always like his guy. It's like his neck or abdomen or ears. Like it's always just like guts. The weirdest thing. It's always like a glute.
Puka missed time in the 3rd quarter. Guts.
Like it's never his hamstring. Yeah. It's always like Puka neck might not return. He's like, what?
So true.
So true.
The whole time you guys were talking about Devontae Adams on the Rams, I just kept thinking it's so funny how heartless and callous the Rams are. It reminds me of the Toy Story thing. It's like throwing away Woody.
It's like people forgot Cooper Kupp ever existed on the Rams.
I know, like that's what I'm talking about. Like the Rams, after getting the most that they could out of Jared Goff, discarded him into the waste bin and decided they'd rather have someone better in Matt Stafford. Obviously, like you could look at the 2 trades, and both sides have done great on that trade. But they very callously just ditched Jared Goff and went with Matt Stafford. And then this offseason, they just jettisoned the former, Triple Crown winning Cooper Kupp in favor of Devontae Adams. And Devontae Adams is living his best life right now. So I don't know.
It's like, ew.
I don't know. It's like, does that make them villains or does that make them more likable? I'm not sure.
They're like, ew, Cooper Kupp's 32? No thanks. Bye.
Yeah. I mean,
Devontae's 31.
Not old. He's not young. Yeah.
That's it for Who's Cooking this week. Brought to you by our friends at IKEA. We all want to cook, whether it's in fantasy football or in your dream kitchen. And at IKEA, you can find everything you need to create yours, from big dreams like whole new kitchens to smaller ones like stylish plates. Bring them to life with high quality, expertly designed and innovative products. Visit IKEA.us/dream kitchen to learn more. Dream the possibilities.
All right. It's time for America's favorite segment. Fart or Shart. Do we have a drop?
It's time for Fart or Shart.
I tried to fart and shit came out. I just sharted.
Do you think IKEA knows that we put that back to back with the IKEA thing?
They should be so lucky. Okay. Daniel.
Stop asking me.
Daniel.
What?
Listen up.
Okay.
We have not been Womadunze. We have not been seeing a lot of big time froze from K-Wib to Wom lately.
That's true.
The Bears scored 47 points today, and Rome Odunze had 0 catches.
That was bizarre. Absolutely bizarre.
Rome was the wide receiver 3 through the first month of the season, and I think everybody was like, "Wow, Bears got a guy." Everybody was right. Last year was an aberration because the team was a mess. Rome is the guy who should have been taken top 10. Since the beginning of October, Rome Odunze is the wide receiver 58. He has 11 catches in the month of October and this week as well. 11 catches in his last 4 games. What gives? Which month do I trust? September or October? Was it a fart or a Shart? The entire month of October.
I think it's a fart. I think he's good. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he's a really good player.
Okay.
And so therefore he'll be fine.
You think he's really good?
Yeah.
Why? Well, then what's been going on? Like, he's dropping a lot of passes. People are talking about that.
I was going to say, he's dropping passes and he's hurt. He also should have had a touchdown today. And
he has a heel injury, yes. There's a lot
maybe he's one of those guys that just doesn't really, he can't play through injury as well as some other players. Maybe that's kind of the story on him. Because last year
he scored 47 points.
Last year he was, obviously the top 10 pick. What was he? Where'd he go? 10 or 11 or something like that.
He was 9th because Ryan Poles, the GM for the Bears, literally had to be restrained by Bears staff to not trade their 4th rounder to move up a spot or 2 to get Rome Odunze. They were like, "Can you fucking wait? We have like 4 picks in this entire draft."
But he hurt his knee at the beginning of the year, and then he was obviously very disappointing his rookie year, especially relative to some of the other guys in that receiver class. And so, I don't know, maybe he just doesn't perform well when he's hurt. I'm not really sure what the deal is, to be honest. But I would stand by that. I think he's a good player. I don't know.
I think it's worse. He's unselfish. Because while the Bears out there scoring 47 points, he was doing this menial grunt work like blocking and shit.
Okay. So he's the opposite of AJ Brown, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just been farting for a month, but no need to go to the doctor.
Should we that? No, well, I mean, maybe just lactate pills or something. I don't know. Lactate, get in touch. Don't know what you're doing.
Reach out.
Could be sponsoring this segment. We should have be a badge next year's rankings. We should have it be like unselfish for receivers, but it's like derogatory. Like the unselfish, we should know who actually are like good guys. Like Godwin, unselfish.
Right.
Horrific.
Yeah. I only want the really selfish guys, though. I want the guys who are pissed.
Yeah, I want really. We should have selfish and unselfish. We should know.
Yeah. That should be a little tag on our rankings on the website.
Didn't
unhappy
Godwin,
with just winning.
Yeah.
Godwin had his wife take to social media to lobby for him to get more targets, didn't he? I don't know if Godwin's the best example, but
I don't remember that.
Maybe I think I'm thinking of the right guy.
You know what?
We're not sure. It sounds like you hate the Godwin family.
No, I love them because they're divas.
Godwin.
I don't know. Is that true? I don't remember that.
I'm gonna have to Google it now.
Okay.
She said something about Todd Bowles. Yeah, like a couple of years ago.
There we
That's
go.
smart, though, by Godwin, because he's a team player. But then he goes home quietly, complains to his wife, and then he's like, hey, look, if you want to post something, that's fine, but I'm not going to.
Through channels. He's going through channels there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So it's a big, fat, month-long fart for Rome Odunze. I have one more for you, Dan.
Oh, God.
But it's just to be
Did
clear,
you just call me Dan?
Yeah, I did.
we didn't mention that Rome Odunze had 0 catches and Caleb Williams, his quarterback, had 2.
Right.
Just-
And Rome didn't even throw one of them. Like, come on.
No, sorry, keep going.
Okay, next one, Daniel.
So-
The Green Bay Packers. Usually fart or shart is for a player in fantasy. I'm expanding it to an entire team. The Packers lost today to the Carolina Panthers 16-13 while wearing their ode to 1923 leather helmet things. And it
Golf
seems like they went a little
ball
too
whacker
method
guy.
with it because they looked like they were playing in 1923. They had 6 points through 57 minutes. The Packers
Daniel Day-Lewis over here.
yeah. The Packers have now lost to the Browns and the Panthers. What's up?
Fart or
Jacob?
shart?
Yes,
Fart or
it's
shart?
fart or shart. And I'm talking about when I say fart or shart, I mean in terms of, do you think this team could win the Super Bowl?
It feels more like a shart to me because they just keep letting teams that are not supposed to be hang around. And that could be a fatal flaw.
The 2 worst teams they played this season, they lost to.
I don't think the Packers are a Super Bowl team. Like, there's something off with this team. There's everything about it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't quite put your finger on it, but like every single part of it, the parts, the sum is just less than the whole is less than the sum of the parts. Like Jordan Love, just as a singular player, he's clearly so talented. When Jordan Love doesn't want to throw from a clean base and he starts trying to do cool shit, he just sucks. Like Jordan Love trying to throw off his back foot and do Mahomes like stuff. It just
Dude, the fourth
suddenly
quarter,
raises-
the fourth down throw today was like one of the worst throws ever.
The fourth down throw was genuinely one of the worst. I've never seen a one play embarrass 2 people on 2 different teams so thoroughly.
Yeah, the Panthers
Jordan
guy.
Love, like somehow Jordan Love did one of the dumbest things I've seen from quarterback all year. And then the guy at the Panthers who dropped
Oh
it,
my
I was
God.
like, that's the worst pass I've ever seen dropped in any context. Football,
Dude,
baseball,
there was a
anything.
moment when when Love threw it, the camera pans to the end zone, and the only guy in the frame is a Panthers guy.
Only guy. It's not a bullet. He
Like
has so much
fielding
time.
a punt in the end zone, and it goes through his hands.
And he dropped it. And I'm like, that should have been the easiest. It probably was the easiest catch that guy's had at any level of his entire life.
The rare,
Anyway.
I could have done that moment.
Yes.
Wasn't it actually better for their field position, though?
No,
he meant
because
to
he
do it.
should have scored a touchdown. Like he could have gone the other 99 yards. We should do that at the end of the year, the rewatchables. We should all get to pick one play a year. You're like, I could have done that.
Yeah.
We all get to pick
That's actually
one.
really good. And it's tough because I don't know how we have to log them as we go or else
Yes,
we'll
we
forget
do.
about them.
But that would be mine. Is like, and even that one, like that's harder to look because like for real people, that is like 30 yards away. It's like any football being thrown 40 yards. You're like, yeah, harder than you think for your normal fucking person. If you're wearing the gloves though, man,
The gloves
could've
are
caught
remarkably
that.
sticky.
You just catch it. Your God. Anyway, but the Packers though, there's so many things that are just like ick. I know the Packers have injuries. You know, their offensive line isn't perfectly healthy right now. You know who else's offensive line isn't healthy? The Panthers. They had 3 backups on their offensive line. Somehow, this was the first game in Micah Parsons' career where he had 0 pressures.
I think the most damning stat in this whole discussion about the Packers is the Packers lost when Bryce Young went 11 for 20 for 102 yards and an interception. They lost that game.
It's like the Browns game.
Like,
Joe Flacco didn't play well.
Here?
If somebody was like, hey, the Panthers are going to score 16 points and Bryce Young's going to throw for 100 yards, how much are the Packers
With
going
a
to win
pick.
by?
The Packers do.
20.
Shout out to Justice Mosqueda at Acme Pack & Co. One, put it very well. Matt LaFleur was playing for field goals in a game where the kicker was hurt. But also noted the Packers were 13.5-point favorites. It's the first time in the history of the Green Bay Packers they've lost outright after being favored by like 13 points. Like they've been tracking this since 1970. Rob Domofsky at ESPN had that stat. Like they've been tracking this since 1970. It's the first time the Packers have been favored by this much and just lost the game. And they're just not. Obviously, they have talent. Obviously, they could compete with anybody. The Packers play the Eagles next week. They could just beat the Eagles. But I don't have faith in this team. They just are less.
They did not punt today, and they scored 13 points.
That is like impossible.
The way that Heifetz put it, where there's something off about this team. Like that's just like to me the truest way to describe the situation. Something's off with these guys.
I know. They run the ball a lot, but it doesn't feel like they're particularly great at running the ball.
Yeah.
It just feels like they can't. They honestly seem kind of like a mediocre offense.
Their most explosive receiver is Christian Watson, who's the guy who just got back from a terrible knee injury, is by far their best receiver. Romeo Doubs, who's somehow
he's good.
Yeah, and well, it's the Guardian cap with the old leather print. You know what?
Two on the
Guardian,
It should have just been leather.
Yeah, they should have got him the leather cap. That would probably be way safer than the fucking Guardian cap. You know what it reminded me of today? I realize it has been bothering me for a long time. I just figured it out. Oh my God, I can't wait to talk to you guys about this. This is the Guardian cap. It's a great thing. The Guardian caps are good, and it's not 100% sure whether they help guys long-term with concussions. Anything that might help is good and should be destigmatized. However, they look like the book covers you would put on your textbooks in high school.
Yeah.
And I just figured this out.
Stretchy, elastic things.
It's been bothering me, yes, for 2 years. And it's like you'd have your chemistry textbook or your math textbook. And
I
you put
hated those.
this little like cover over it to like a little design.
I don't even know what
Some
that
latex
is. I don't know what you guys are
condom you
talking
put
about.
around your chemistry book.
It's like a book condom. And that's what Romeo, it looked like that so much today with the leather print of it. You could tell they didn't really get that much time to do that. It's like the Packers logo. They put a lot of time into it. This one was like, oh, it was a rush job.
I feel like they were also always like a sparkly blue. They were like neon colored and very stretchy. There was like pink ones and blue ones. There's like nothing ever normal.
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. The other thing is here that we're totally bearing the lead on is Tucker Kraft towards ACL.
Yeah.
And that is a brutal hit for them. He was like obviously one of their best offensive players.
And Golden got hurt too.
Yeah, they did lose a lot of guys during the game. But the Panthers are hurt too. But yes, Golden, but I mean, Tucker Kraft, obviously, real life
Golden
fantasy, everything. Tucker Kraft, I think Packers fans would say he's been their best player this season on offense.
For sure. They're absolutely their breakout player.
Was the number one tight end in fantasy entering this week. So that's brutal. I mean, we don't know for sure, but generally speaking, the hit rate on if they think you tore his ACL on Sunday is 98% heading into Monday. So hopefully this is
not
the one.
official yet. Okay.
I went to look at the 1923 Packers because that's the homage that they were doing today with these like fake leather helmets. And I wanted to see if there were any games where the 1923 Packers outscored the Packers today. There was. The last game of the season, the Packers outscored the Hammond Pros 19-0, and they won the game.
The Hammond Pros.
The Hammond Pros. And I went and looked at the roster of the 1923 Packers.
Yeah.
It's an all-time list, guys.
Yes. Yes.
Here are some of the players on the 1923 Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
Cub Buck. I could just stop there. Cub Buck.
Oh my God, I love it.
And I think he's done up only by the next player on this list, Jug Earp.
No. Cub and Jug.
Cub Buck and Jug Earp. Cub and Jug.
Cub Buck and Jug Earp.
Jug Earp.
Was Jug Earp related to Wyatt?
Jug Earp.
Jug Earp. What are we doing?
I love that.
There are
Cub.
We have Norbert Hayes. We have Dewey Lyle. We have Jab Murray.
Jab Murray and Dewey Lyle.
Jab, Jug, and Cub.
We have
Mert
and Cub. We have Mert Basing.
Mert.
We have Cowboy Wheeler, and we have Whitey Wooden.
Did you say Cowboy Wheeler?
Wooden.
Cowboy Wheeler. There's also a guy on this list whose name is just Kenyon.
Like a one name.
He's just got one name.
A mononym.
It's the craziest list. We got Cub, Jug, Jab. These are like workplace platforms. Cub, Jug, Jab, Mert.
We should do player on the 1920s Packers or workplace platform sold for $1 billion this week.
We got Buck Gavin. Like we got Dewey. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Jamf and Jug.
I feel like Stefan, like making up restaurants on Weekend Update. Like Jug Earp, Cub Buck.
Cub.
New York's hottest club is Dewey. Like, what's going on?
Email us at
Moose Gardner. I forgot Moose Gardner. Like,
Moose
it's unbelievable.
Moose. You forgot Moose.
I forgot Moose, dude. It's wild.
Wow. Shout out to the 1923 Packers.
Would you rather be named Cub Buck or Jug Earp?
Cub Buck.
I'd go Jug.
Jug is cool.
Jug is incredible.
Jug.
Oh my God.
It's so funny. He let's see, he was born in 1897.
His photo looks like Cub Buck.
Right. Oh, I'm talking about Jug Earp.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna send a photo of Cub Buck, and
Yeah, send me a photo
this
of Cub
man.
Buck.
Oh God.
Cub Buck. Oh my God.
That guy looks like a jug.
He does. Cub does look like a jug.
Please, my father was Jug. Call me Cub.
His father was Bear.
This is Jug. I just sent you a picture. He looks pretty normal.
They also look like 20 years apart.
Yeah, he looks
Jug
like he's like
40.
35.
So Jug looks like the coach.
Jug looks like Cub's
gray
dad.
hair.
Maybe he
He's
was.
probably like 29. Looks like he's 50. The Ringer Fantasy Football Show is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel's changing the way you live bet football, and it starts with Next Drive SGPs. Now you can bet what's happening in the next drive. Will it end in a touchdown, a punt, a field goal? Then stack player props and build your bet exactly how you want it. And every NFL game day comes with a profit boost you can use on your Next Drive SGP. Monday night, we have Cardinals-Cowboys. I kind of just think Jacoby Brissett, man, over 245 yards. The Cowboys defense is awful. I kind of think the Cardinals offense just moves better. It just is like an actual operation. So I think that some of these over-unders are.
Is that the line? 245?
Yeah.
Man, he's gone over that twice easily. 320 and 279 in his two starts.
I know. And I'm like, the Dallas is going to move it on Arizona. I kind of like it. Even Jacoby Brissett to score touchdowns 5-1. I feel like they sneak it more. Like he was the guy that would sneak it. Like he's 6'4". He's big. I kind of think Jacoby Brissett just can have a game. So visit FanDuel.com/Ringer Fantasy to download the app today and bet the next drive your way. Must be 21 plus and present in select states or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. My first intrusive thought isn't that funny, but I'm like, I think Geno Smith is approaching the record for just ripping his helmet off on the sideline in anger. It's like 3 times a game.
His body language is not great. It hasn't been great for a while.
I feel like that doesn't really jive well with Pete Carroll.
I know.
Well, it's like all about that, right? Composure and kind of.
I don't know.
I guess Pete's a hothead, though.
He's competitive. He likes people who are competitive. So
Dude,
it depends.
He was yelling at the ref today, and he was chewing gum at such a clip. I couldn't believe he was talking and chewing that fast at the same time. It was unbelievable.
It's voracious. I feel like when Pete Carroll, I feel like he started this thing of, maybe he didn't start it, but the coaches, the like bend they have where like every play Pete Carroll kind of has his zen and
like
resets.
Hands on his knees.
Yeah, hands on his knees. And I feel like when he did it when he was younger, it felt like, oh, this guy is like does yoga or whatever. Like he's good. And now I'm like, he kind of just looks old when he does.
He just can't stand for 3 hours.
It's
he
like,
actually
looks
needs
like
to do it now.
De Niro when they de-aged him in The Irishman, where it was like, you
That
look
moves.
young, but the movements are old.
Yeah, totally. He's
like
trundling around.
Yeah, I'm like, I know
God.
you don't have any wrinkles, but you can't bend over.
When he's like beating up the store owner guy,
it's a
I'm
tough
like,
scene.
this is
Kicking.
an old man. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I know.
Craig, any
He
intrusive
can't
thoughts
bend
today?
he can't bend over.
I don't think the 2-point conversion should be worth 2 points in fantasy. That's stupid.
It does feel
Why?
like a lot.
Because when a quarterback throws a touchdown, they only get 4 points in fantasy, even though it's worth 6 points in real life. But then when they throw an extra point, they get the same amount of points that it's worth.
Oh, for
in real life.
quarterback.
Yes. I
Yeah,
get the
that's
guy
dumb.
catching it. The quarterback, like I was going against Bo Nix today, who had a bad game. I was like rooting for him to fail. They score 1 touchdown. He throws an extra point, gets 2 points. I'm like, that's so stupid.
So I agree
He should get 1.
in that the quarterback gets 4, but I actually think fantasy should go back. I think quarterbacks should get 6 points for touchdowns.
Well, that's fine because then the ratio is even. But the way it is right now, it's off.
4 and then 2 doesn't make any sense. It should be you get 6 points for the passing touchdown and 2 for the 2-point conversion, or just call it 4 and 1.
And 1,
Right.
yeah.
But the answer was, I think the answer of why is that, frankly, the rules of fantasy and all this default scoring is just long enough ago that it's before it was really fractional. Like, it wasn't that long ago, like even 10, 12 years ago, like, which isn't that like 2013, 14, whatever, like where there's still a lot of fantasy. It wasn't really the default to have the point. Like, it was kind of just your fantasy score is 90 to 88.
Yeah. It used
so,
to be
like-
a big deal. Like if your guy had 89 yards, he still only had 8 points, and you were he needed that extra yard. Yeah.
So I think part of it's they're like, we're not gonna like, what are we like? I don't know. The ratio is like, yeah, we're gonna give them like 1 point for 2 point conversion. It didn't happen enough for them to like. It just was a 2 point conversion.
It's like teams are going for 2 so much more now. It's weird that they get half the points of a passing touchdown for a 2 point conversion.
It's also strange that I think every time I look at this, I'm like, that can't be right. It doesn't count as a catch.
No, it doesn't.
Which is such a funny quirk.
Which is also stupid.
That it doesn't make it's like you catch
Why
the
doesn't it?
I don't.
That's bizarre.
I think it's because it's the official. I think all the statistics are downstream the official.
Like the
NFL
play
rulebook.
doesn't exist.
Yes, it's kind of it's actually, you know what it is? It's probably most similar to what the NBA just did, where they just remove the heaves, the end of half heaves from
which is
the
so
official scorebook.
lame.
Dude, it's so fucking lame.
That's
oh my
the most
God.
like snowball bullshit.
It is such snowball
bullshit.
shit. Like, sorry, you don't
Was
want
that
your
like so they don't like mess up their field goal
Yes.
percentage?
players don't want to get
players
stuck
didn't
with
want
the
to do
ball.
it because
That
they didn't
is
want to ruin their
stupid.
3-point percentage.
Okay.
So they've decided that, which I get because
That's like
over free
getting rid of
agency.
Hail Mary stats.
Well, it's one of those like the best shooter probably gets the ball at the end of every, let's say you get at the end of a quarter, whatever, however many times. If you miss, you're going to miss all of them. If you miss 16 threes over the course of a season, maybe it drops it. Is that going to cost you $1 million down the line? Having said that, the league capitulating and be like, fine, we'll take him out of the stats if you'll shoot him more. I'm like, please. But it's an untimed down. I guess it's not really a play. But yeah, it doesn't count as a catch.
I know, that's weird to me.
Don't get the yards either.
Like,
I think
so like if somebody this year, if Jackson Smith and Jigba ties the record for catches in a season, but he also has 3 2-point conversions, that doesn't count. He doesn't. That's just, you don't factor that in.
Never thought about that, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's very weird.
It's funny.
I've had that exact same thought though, Craig, before, where I'm like, the 2-point conversion for a quarterback feels like a lot relative to their touchdown. Yeah.
We should go to fantasy scoring. I do think it should be fixed. Super flex league should be the default. Play with 2 quarterbacks. The quarterback should get 6 points for a passing touchdown, and you should get half point per first down for rushing and receiving. In addition to half PPR, and that's
we do that in my home league. We do a half point per first down.
Any other intrusive thoughts?
I already did mine with the Joe Burrow thing, which I don't believe, but it makes you go, a little bit. Interesting. That's what it makes you do.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well put. It makes me go,
Things that make you go,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's change the name of the category from intrusive thoughts to things that make you go,
Yeah. That was like my Packers thing today. It was just like, there's something off about this team.
Yeah. Okay.
Play of the day. I mentioned it, dude. Hard to beat the Drake London 4th and goal to tie the game.
I mean, Cam Little set the field goal record, 68 yards today for the Jags.
That was my intrusive thought.
But he did 70 in the preseason.
Was totally underwhelmed by that. I'm like, this isn't the furthest kick I've watched this guy make this year.
I know.
He made a longer one 2 months ago.
Yeah, but we can't start counting preseason stats. Come on.
For that specific thing, we can. For the field goals,
for field goal,
for nothing else, it should matter. Field goal is a field goal. If anything, it's harder because all the backups are actually trying.
There's no stakes.
The stakes are make
What
the
are we
fucking
gonna do?
team.
Like start having spring practices and keeping stats on that?
I will say though, the kicking
It's a slippery slope. I don't actually believe this strongly. I'm just like, I decided to go this way.
The announce
it's good for the pod.
No,
we need
damn
some,
it, TK.
we need some
I'm like,
dissent.
you know what? We're not counting preseason stats. I'm done with that.
I will say though, I know I've talked about this a lot, but we need to just acknowledge we're in the juice ball era. Like the kicking balls, they're juice. Like this is insane. It's fine. I think we'll figure out if we like it or not. Like we just got to live in this for a year or two and decide if we like this product. It is weird though. Like it's just weird. It's just weird that kickers can make stuff from 70. Like
I think the NFL is going to change the rules very soon about kickoffs. Like where the field position is going to have to change because
it's
kicking
too easy to get into field goal.
It's way too easy.
I do think it was really interesting a week ago, back in my day when the Colts were wagging, to hear Shane Steichen describing about why he wanted to accept the ball first. And he's like, well, we're good on offense. And basically his point was, it's not the same as it used to be to just use, like, you actually want to limit kickoffs. So you're like, I don't like the idea that, damn, like if touchbacks at the 35 now, and it's like the combo of pushing the touchback to the 35 with the kicking ball rule now extending field goal range to 40. Shane Steichen's example was they need 15 yards to reach field goal range. So if you kind of get 3 points on your first drive, they're just going to get but then you have to kick off. They're kind of 15 yards away from getting 3 points back, which has added more to the value of getting touchdown. It's really interesting.
If you're punting too, it's much easier to pin the other team back
because the punters are better
the field
too.
Position game,
which I haven't done a good enough job talking about. The punters are better too. It's not just the kickers. The punters are better pinning it and getting field position they've been. The kickers and punters are influencing the game more than ever, which is just, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just weird. It's just different.
I think we need to get people angry about this, and I think the way to do that is you have to rebrand. It's not, the kicking balls is dumb. That no one it's torpedo balls. That's what they are.
They're torpedo balls. The That's good.
Yeah. That's what they are.
And also, it's torpedo balls, but also field goals are participation trophies now. Field goals are just participation trophies. Everyone gets a fucking field goal. You're gonna get field.
For the guy who missed the
10
fucking
yards?
extra point to tie the game.
Well, that's true. That's true. The Falcons guy missed an extra point. But that's the thing. It's funny that all the kickers either can. 10 teams have guys that can make it from 70 yards, and then 5 teams don't have a guy that can make an extra point to win a game. Yeah. However, it's just weird that a scoring drive.
Just isn't that the analogy for baseball instead of the torpedo bat? It's just juiced balls.
I mean, that's funny to say. So yeah, juiced balls is
the
good.
Torpedo balls are juiced.
Torpedo ball. Yeah, maybe we just combine the two.
Yeah.
I just we can kick field goals further than ever, and I've never felt less about field goals. I'm just completely dead inside about field goals. They don't move me at all.
The oldest I feel watching football is back in my day when someone attempted a field goal from 60 plus, they'd cut to it live because it was such a big deal. They would change the game and be like, look at this. Can you believe they're trying a field goal from 60? There were 4 60-yard field goals made in the 20th century.
Yeah.
And the 70, and I'm like, we waited an hour and a half to even talk about a 70-yard field goal.
You used to have to go to the woods to find porn. Now it's just you open your phone. It's everywhere. It's not
too
fun
easy
anymore.
for everyone.
It's not fun anymore.
Don't even talk about it. No, not having a good time. Speaking of porn, I will say Rico Dowdle, play of the day. Rico Dowdle did a touchdown celebration. He did the Key and Peele. He did the 2 pumps and then stopped at the 2 pump for the celebration. And was like,
because then it's not sexual.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is funny because it's somehow the Key and Peele identified some actual nameless aspect of the NFL rulebook where I kind of do think if Rico Dowdle did 3 pumps, he would get flagged, but he did the 2 and he just isn't flagged.
The pump rule.
The Colston Loveland touchdown was sick.
Probably was the play of the day since Drake London and the Falcons lost the game.
Right. Oh, Dowdle was flagged.
Was he?
That's what Austin just texted us.
Oh God. He should have got the 3rd pump in.
Just Puritans out here. Let him do some pumps.
It's so sick that let him pump, man.
Let him fucking pump a little. Who cares?
2 pump.
I know. What is this? Ronald Reagan.
When I was growing up, everyone was saying "suck it" to everyone else.
Yeah,
doing the suck it
the
thing.
Triple H. Man.
Triple X.
Like you call him Triple X.
You can call them Triple X.
Whatever. Degeneration X.
We got so many emails about that being like, I can't believe he get called Triple H, Triple X.
He's doing an X and his name is Triple and Triple X is a movie. I think it's fine.
I understand I made an egregious mistake, but also I don't watch wrestling, so sorry. I did do a lot of suck it gesticulating back in the day.
Interesting. Maybe we'll save that for Power Hour.
Colston Loveland is probably the winner for play of the day since they won.
Oh yeah, he pinballed off of 3 guys and then scored a 50-yard game-winning touchdown.
Pretty sick.
Worst play of the day, and then we'll get to some announcer stuff. Worst play of the day, it has to be the Falcons kicker missing the extra point.
It's always the kicker
to tie the game.
Extra point. It's always
fucking kickers.
It's pretty incredible.
I feel like once a week we text
even
that.
with the torpedo ball, he's missing. It's like, come on.
I will say that the Jordan Love 4th and scramble to what should have been the stupidest looking interception of the entire year, and then the guy just dropped the easiest ball I've ever seen. Any other coaching decision or any other worst play of the day?
No. I mean, the only other one I had was that Cincinnati challenged a play.
Oh my God!
Where DJ Moore was trying to score on a reverse, and they tried to, and the ball kind of came out of his hands and flew into the end zone. So the Bengals challenged, trying to prove that it was a touchback and that it was the Bengals ball. But the current call on the field was that he was out of bounds at the 1.
Yeah.
The challenge, they ended up noticing while reviewing the tape that he actually scored a touchdown, and they just gave the Bears a touchdown.
Talk about your all-time backfires. This is like the Sun Tzu thing, Heifetz, that you said, never interrupt your opponent when he's in the middle of making a mistake. Like the Bears were about to run another play. It didn't look like they were going to challenge this.
Dude.
They were lined up. It looked like they were trying to go quickly. And then the Bengals threw a freaking challenge flag. They're like, no, hold on. He might have got in there. Let's let them take a closer look. Idiot.
What an idiot.
Idiot. Hey, honey, take a picture.
That's like Lee Harvey Oswald being like, hey, check out this Zapruder film.
It reminds me, I still like have it memory hold or whatever, just in my brain. There was a play back, I don't know what it was, like 10 years ago or something, where Pete Carroll and the Seahawks had stopped the Rams on like a 3rd and short, and they were lining up to punt, and Pete Carroll fucking called timeout. And then,
I remember this.
And then the Rams decided to go for it, and they won the fucking game on that play. And I wanted to wring Carroll's neck for that. I'm like, you just gave them the opportunity to be brave. Why did you call timeout, you fucking idiot? Like I was like, I've never been more mad watching a football game than that moment. I don't remember the exact details, but I'm pretty sure they lost the game because of that play.
Announcers, Tom Brady, Magic Johnson tweets. Any Tom Brady or any other announcer stuff from this week? Anyone caught your eye?
Tom Brady has numerical numbers, or he has numbers for different types of throws. So, and he talked about this incessantly on the broadcast today. A 1 throw is a laser. It's like a fastball. You're just throwing it as hard as you can in there. A 2 throw is a layered throw. So a little touch like over the defender, you're layering it over the linebacker or whatever. A 3 throw, which sounds like that's not the right way to say it, is a rainbow that the wide receiver can run under. And he talked about the 1 throw and the 2 throw and the 3 throw, I don't know, probably like 10 or 15 times today. I've never heard anyone talk about this before. I thought it was kind of fascinating, and it was like kind of cool as an illustrative way to talk about, because I think he was talking about JJ McCarthy, and he's all fastballs and he needs to learn how to layer the passes a little bit more and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, I just had never heard of this before. And I don't think Brady's ever said it before, at least not that I've heard. So
the game clinching pass to Nair, he was like, oh, that was a 2 throw.
I was just like, he kept bringing it up like every 5 minutes.
It was like he mentioned that over the weekend, and somebody's like, that's good. You should do that on the broadcast. And he was like, yeah, I should. People will love that. And then that was the only thing he talked about.
This leads me to another question, which is, what do you think Tom Brady, what's the craziest thing he could say about football really confidently they could get away with? Where you'd be like, I'm sure that must be a thing, since Tom Brady said it like 8 times. Like, could he grade how sweaty the center's ass is and be like, yeah, we have
funny?
Like,
that's where my head was going. To like
that's a
under
thing.
Center.
He's like, oh yeah, that's a 4 swamp from Robert Hainsey there. Yeah, they're going to have to swap that. Yeah, that's some Jacksonville classic.
What if he was like, sometimes, for certain players, you don't need smelling salts if the ass of the center in front of you smells bad enough. You can just do that. Sometimes that's enough.
Ugh.
It's like, there's like famous centers. It's like, oh, Jason Kelce. You don't want to be under center Jason Kelce.
Dude, he had this whole thing where someone was like, do you wash your belly button? Jason Kelce was like, what? No.
Do you guys, I've had a long debate about this with my friends. Do you guys wash your forearms or your shins?
Yeah.
As much as you would wash other parts of your body. Do you make a concerted effort to like scrub your shins or your forearms?
Like scrub? No.
Or you just or do you just kind of let the soap kind of fall down, maybe one wipe, that's it.
Yeah.
It's certainly not scrubbing the shins and forearms. Like I would say that it's not like, I definitely am not doing that every day, but it's not like never. So I would say, the forearms get probably once a week.
I'll conceal who had this take, but somebody had the take that like they don't wash their legs.
You definitely could get away with it.
And it was just like people, they were confused. They're like, oh, people, you're like washing your legs, or you just let the soap run down like that. It's like, sure, you can wash your feet. Obviously, you're washing like, the parts that really sweat, but it's like your legs. You need to wash your legs.
Which you're like, you should definitely do it, but I do think a lot of people just don't do it. A lot of men.
Yeah. It's like, sure, if you ran a marathon, you're probably, scrubbing everything. But if you just had a normal day, are you really washing your legs?
I like how are you really washing
like an
your
idiot?
legs?
I think the short answer is if I was at the gym, yeah, and if I'm having if I'm waking up out of bed and I'm just like probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Jason Kelsey had a whole thing about showering, right? About like
Yeah, he was
how
like
often
washing my feet. He's like, that's what the floor is for.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
soap. It's just step in the soapy water.
no,
It's
you
also
gotta,
hard to
you
wash
gotta
your
wash
feet in
them.
the shower.
You gotta wash them.
It's a little no. It's that.
recipe
That
to
is a good
fall.
point. Like if you do that over the course of your life, eventually you will fall.
You know what they need? You know, in golf, there's that little thing that you can scrape the dirt off your golf shoe with. They need something
Yeah.
like that in the shower where you can like put your foot on it.
Wait, that's a
an
great
idea.
idea.
$1 million idea, Craig.
So you don't have to bend over.
So
Wash
how do
your
you
foot.
not get it moldy?
Uh,
The foot caddy.
I don't know how you get it. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm sure we could figure that out.
I think it's
I wanna-
Craig's
this-
Christmas gift.
Talking of showering, it reminds me that, like, at least for me, everything in the shower is very routine oriented, right? Like you do,
Oh, yeah.
you do the shower in almost the exact same routine, or at least I do, as I do every other day. Have you ever tried drying off in a different like order than
It
what
is
you normally
incredibly taxing
Oh,
on your
interesting.
brain.
do? It's like I do it exactly.
Yeah.
I've started to realize this. I dry off exactly the same way every single time.
It
for the
actually
past,
is-
whatever 25,
it's almost
40 years.
difficult to not do it the way.
Yeah,
you
it's
always
like
do it.
muscle memory.
Yeah.
It's like putting your pants on with the wrong leg first or whatever. So just try it, or wiping your ass with the wrong hand, which
I don't-
feels
That's
completely alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you put your pants on the same way every time?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Wait.
For
I
sure. For sure.
do you put your pants on first or your socks?
Pants.
Pants.
Oh,
You put your
fuck.
socks on first?
Put your
do.
socks on first?
Yeah, I do. I think I put on my socks first because to me, when you already have your pants on, it's harder to get your socks on. It's like, then you got to like sit down while you're in jeans, or sometimes if you have high socks, you got to like pull the jeans up to get the socks on and then put the jeans back down over the socks. To me, if you just put the socks on first, then it's easy. The pants just go right over it.
This explanation is hilarious. There's nothing wrong with doing it that way, but it's so foreign to me.
so
we
I've
just
never
had
done
to,
that.
literally last night before we went out, Liz was like, it's weird you put your socks on first. And she's like,
It is weird.
She was like, that must be a guy thing.
Nope.
No, it's
Not
no.
for me.
No, it's not.
Let's
You
do a
put the-
poll on this.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a poll. Do you put
I
your
don't
pants
like
on
putting
first?
my socks on after I already have my pants on.
Well, here's the
It's
question though. What
more
color are your
annoying.
socks?
What?
Don't you?
White.
But what if you put your socks on, and like, do you know what outfit you already want to wear?
I just wear white socks usually.
But what if even if you wear like black shoes and like light pants, or what black? Well, I guess you're not. I don't know. Darker shoes or something that don't go with white socks.
What does the color have to do with it?
Well, this is where I'm going as well with this. I am 30. I don't know. How you
Just
guys
trying
feel.
to visualize,
I feel.
Just kind of be a part of your life.
I feel that I feel like I still have no idea how to wear socks. Like in society, like I feel like I am so underprepared. I am my like I have the bare minimum. I feel that there are all these rules around socks that I still don't understand.
You could just follow your heart on that.
What do you
Like
mean?
the idea that like you're supposed to just like there's like eras where it's like you have to wear socks either so high you don't show any ankle, or like you have to show so much ankle that it's like you're not wearing socks. Even though if you weren't wearing socks, that's like kind of crazy. And like there's all these rules around socks.
Well, I think what you're describing is just like the trends of fashion that, things come and go. Now, like the low ankle sock, which used to be the grossest thing you could wear, is now kind of back. And now the low sock is
Yes.
cool again.
It's back.
Yeah, like
This is what
my
I'm saying.
dad in like 2002 taking me on like a camping trip would wear like New Balances with like a low ankle sock. And now that is just completely cool again.
Yeah.
I feel like I have gotten all my sock advice from a mishmash of people from different eras of sock rules, and I have no sense.
Are
of
you
when to
seeking a lot of sock counsel from people?
No, I need socks.
Who's your
Yes,
sock
I do now.
consigliere?
If someone could fucking email me at ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com and tell me
Oh
how to
my
fucking
God.
wear socks,
Yeah.
I feel like I have all these like conflicting sock
Is there really that
principles.
many rules?
Dude, I don't know how to wear socks, man. I don't know. I just feel like I'm lost.
All right. Well, I think I could help
yeah,
you.
we
I think
can
I know
help.
how to wear
Yeah,
socks.
So you
can
could just wear white socks every day and that's fine. Because I was told that's not okay. So I
are you
bought all these
talking
other
about?
kinds of
Who
socks.
told you that?
What other kinds are there?
I
White or
don't
black?
know.
What are you
That's
talking
I'm
about?
fucking trying to talk to you guys about. Someone told me a while ago you can't just wear white socks all the time. What do you got? Blue shoes or black shoes or something? Apparently you can't wear white socks with black shoes.
No, you can't wear
You
white socks with
can.
black shoes. Are you?
You can.
That one looks a little bit more stark. The contrast.
What about
So
dark blue? Where does it end?
It depends on the outfit. If you're wearing
That's not what you said before.
but it's like I don't know.
It's not that many
it's common
iterations.
sense. It's like if you're wearing like dark dress shoes in a suit, you're probably not going to wear white socks. But if you're wearing blue sneakers and blue
so that's
jeans,
my point.
you
Dark
can wear
dress,
white socks.
Great example. Dark dress shoes in a suit. What color is the suit? Dark blue?
Sure.
What color socks you wear?
You can wear a lot of different colors. It has to be like, it can't be
Dark.
white, but I think you can get away with anything.
Can't be white, but can you wear black socks with dark blue suit if it's brown shoes?
No, you don't do blue.
So
black
what
socks with brown
fucking
shoes.
color socks do I wear with blue suit and brown shoes? That should be a simple thing.
But see,
it's
that's
not white or black. But those are the socks I have, Craig.
That's less sock dependent though. What you're really just talking about is like matching colors.
No, but the socks is the hard part. I mean, yes, but the socks is like, how many socks do you have?
Like
that,
there are
like-
rules, right? It's like
Can
you
you
don't
just
wear
Google
brown
it?
shoes with a black suit. Like there are just rules.
To DK's point, yes, you can Google it, but then you're a fucking idiot Googling what color socks do I wear.
No,
And
who
it's
cares?
like, I'm tired of this.
You're
I can't
talking
live
about
this
it on
way
a
anymore.
podcast now.
God.
You could
whatever.
have just Googled it and no one would have known.
I
Now
do
millions-
Google it. It's the
Now
worst.
millions of people know that you don't know how to wear
Millions.
socks.
I don't give a
Hundreds
shit.
of
I need
millions.
help. Email me. Anyway.
Help me, Tom Cruise.
Help me, Tom Cruise.
Help me, Oprah.
Help me, Oprah Winfrey.
Man. Craig puts the socks on first. That blows
That's
me away.
crazy. Yeah, do that. Do that.
I prefer it.
But that
Yeah,
was the
that's
point I was
cool.
trying to make. Is do you know your outfit?
Also, just try mix it up tomorrow in
Those-
terms of.
I mean, look, so there are
how you
some
dry
times where
off.
I'll forget. I'll have the pants on already, and I'm like, oh, I got to put socks on. I'm not going to take my pants off to put the socks on. But when I'm
Right.
like out of the shower and then I'm getting ready, I think I do sock first.
You know how like in Fight Club they have the thing where they have an assignment every day. Here's my assignment to you guys: dry off in a different order.
I like that.
tomorrow.
We're gonna check.
It'll
back in
fucking
for the
blow your
Monday.
mind.
right.
That's good.
It's gonna feel weird.
All right, Stadium Pulse of the Week. My Stadium Pulse is just putting on socks. Craig, what's your Stadium Pulse of the Week?
This is just my excuse to talk about the Dodgers game last night. Because my Stadium Pulse is Yamamoto coming in to pitch in the bottom of the ninth in Game 7 after throwing 96 pitches the day before, and pitching 2 2/3 innings scoreless. But I went out to a bar. I went to Big Dean's, which is like the best sports bar in LA.
I
in my
knew
opinion.
you were at Big Dean's on the Instagram story. I almost texted you if you were at Big
Yeah.
Dean's.
It's like that's my favorite
Where's
sports
Big
bar.
Dean's?
It's under the pier in Santa Monica.
It's a great bar.
It's like
Cool.
kind of tucked away. I think it's the best sports bar. But anyway, I thought that was, I think, the best baseball game I've ever watched. I know everyone always says that, and it's like, well, actually, Game 6 of 2012. For me, that was the best baseball game I've ever watched, and I think it was also the best sports bar experience I've ever watched. Being surrounded by
Awesome.
all these Dodger fans in LA. Liz is a Dodger fan. Her whole family, big Dodger fan. So I'm like kind of getting sucked in a little bit. Like I'm like definitely rooting for the Dodgers because I know a lot of Dodger fans, but because I'm an A's fan and all my friends from the Bay are gonna fucking hate me because they're all Giants fans. But like,
But you know what's funny?
I'm kind of like, this is fun. I'm having fun.
The Dodgers have absolutely replaced the Yankees of the early 2000s. It's like everyone hates the Dodgers. Like everyone who wasn't a Dodgers fan was rooting against the Dodgers for this because like the hatred of like the killing of the sport of everything.
I get it.
You're the only person that I think has the ticket to being a Dodgers fan because you live in LA and the A's have spat in the face of everyone.
Like I'm not going to become a Dodgers fan, but I
Yeah,
am
it
going
sounds
to
like you are.
probably, I'm going to root for them.
So, okay, well, that's kind of sounds similar.
I do think
Anyway.
it is interesting though, from my point of view, because the Mariners lost in Game 7 to the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays took it to Game 7 in the World Series and like transitive property. I'm like, so the Mariners maybe could have won the World Series. Like that drives me insane. But when you're picking who to root for when your team is out, I think that's kind of an interesting.
Who are you rooting for,
thing.
DK? Before I say anything,
I was
who are you
rooting for the Dodgers, and I
Same.
didn't have like a specific reason for it.
I
It was
do
just like,
too. It's because the
it's
Yankees
like my
lost to
gut
the Blue
feeling.
But the
Yeah.
Yankees lost to the Blue Jays and the Mariners lost to the Blue Jays. And I was like, I'm not rooting for the Blue Jays. And they're like, oh, you're going to root for the evil empire thing? I'm like, yeah, they didn't beat us this year. I'm like, you know, I
That's
can't
kind
root
of
for
how
the
it
team
was
that
for me
eliminated
too. But
me.
it's like I don't actually have like any ill will towards the Blue Jays. I'm just, I don't know, for whatever
I'm
reason,
mad.
I was, yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I literally went into this being like, all my friends, all my group texts, everyone's like, we want the Blue Jays to win. And I kind of told myself, okay. And then I watched Game 1 and I let my body speak to me. And it was just like,
Yes.
I for some reason, I felt myself wanting the Dodgers to score.
Sometimes
And I
you
was
just
like,
know, like you're while you're watching the game, you like sometimes like who you're
The
rooting for.
heart
I'm like,
wants
I'll
what the
figure it
heart
out.
wants.
And so, but I do want to talk about that game. That game,
dude, that was the most
amazing.
unfucking believable game I've ever seen in my life.
The play when the guys ran into each other at the warning
Dude.
track and still made the
Paez
catch,
and
like,
Kike
my
Hernandez.
God.
Oh my God.
I think that was the worst error. Like Kike running it, I don't know exactly how it goes, but generally speaking in baseball, if the center fielder calls you off, like you're off. Like the center fielder gets
Right.
total dominance.
But Paez had to run so
He
much
came
further
so
than
far.
Kike.
whatever the and I know he had just entered the game for the center fielder. However, that to me is the worst error in the history of baseball, and he happened to catch the fucking ball.
It's crazy.
Right.
But if Kike, imagine if again, I get how it happens because Paez came so far away to get it, but he's the center fielder, and if he's calling for it, or maybe he's coming so far when he's not calling for it, whatever. If Kike Hernandez had ran into him hard enough and he hadn't caught the ball, that would have been the most memed thing ever. That would have been the worst error in the history of baseball.
I mean,
if he
was,
just hadn't caught the ball.
Bill Buckner.
It was bases
it would have
loaded.
replaced Bill Buckner.
It was bases loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. That catch. Like
in Game 7.
There were a lot of incredible plays, but the context of all of them made them all-timers. Like there was like the Miguel Rojas home run in the 9th.
That was crazy.
He hadn't had a hit in like a month.
Dude, it's so funny too that the Dodgers, the whole thing is, well, their payroll, they have all these MVPs, they just spent their way. Yeah. And that fucking Rojas is the guy that actually goes and hits the home run.
Who's of course, 9th in the lineup, right? And everyone's like, oh, if you give up a hit to him, like Shohei's, like that's what matters. Like you got to get Shohei out. And Rojas, no big deal. And he cranks a homer. And then, I mean, the Big Deans was going absolutely fucking crazy. He hadn't had a hit in a month. And the Joe Davis, he just had the most genuine, he just screamed no way after he hit the homer. I sent it to Carlos. Oh, wait, I want to play the clip of Joe Davis yelling no way. I don't know why it just jumped out to me. I've watched it 10 times.
Drilled to left field and deep and gone! No way!
It's just so good.
It's so good. It was so good.
It's so authentic.
I was watching this. So I was at a wedding this weekend. Shout out my friend Mike, this is the bachelor party where I pulled my hamstring. So shout out to my friend Mike, who got married this weekend. We were in Charleston. And after the wedding, we showed up, and I think the after party, probably the 8th inning, the 7th inning, honestly, like right when the game got really good. We show up in the 7th inning, and everyone like really likes baseball in this group, but then the scene is kind of set. Everyone kind of like locks in, and we were all watching, and frankly, everyone was rooting for the Blue Jays in this group. I kind of was secretly rooting for the Dodgers because I'm mad, but everyone really wanted the Dodgers to lose, which I think most people did. Yeah. But I was mostly just I can't believe Yamamoto came in and I didn't know it was physiologically possible once you've thrown 100 pitches in a baseball game to the next day just come in and throw another 60, like actually hit 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like I knew you could pitch on 2 days rest or whatever, but I didn't know you could pitch 100 miles an hour. That I didn't know you could do that at that time. That was wild.
Yeah, and all his pitches were basically just as good as they were the night before. And dude, this was basically the second time he had done this. Like game 2, he pitches a complete game, and then game 3 is the 18th inning game. He warms up like the 17th inning.
He deserved it. I will say though, I feel like that we're burying the lead though. The play of the game that will the picture that will be preserved forever is the picture of Will Smith, the catcher, not the guy. Like catch like his foot on the plate.
Oh my God.
Keener
so close.
Yeah, it's like Keener Falefa, like his name's hard to pronounce. The Yankees fans just called him IKF back in the day. I have no idea how he batted cleanup for the Blue Jays at any point in the series, but he's like sliding in. And how far is he off from scoring the game when he run in the World Series? Like 2 inches?
An inch or 2. Yeah.
And the combination of everything of one, sliding in with his legs instead of head first, which is like, baseball 101. I know there's like studies or whatever that say it's faster.
Or don't slide, or you just run through it.
No, well, you got to slide. But the other thing is he had no lead off third. I get there's a thing where Muncie's playing closer to third. So if you hit a line drive, you catch it, you get doubled up. Doesn't fucking matter. He had no lead off third.
He said in an interview he did that deliberately. He was like, I was told by my coaches to stay close to third in case Muncie doubled me up.
Well, that was fucking wrong and stupid, clearly, because if he had been literally 12 inches closer, the Blue Jays would have won the World Series.
Well, I think that Heifetz, though, that is, and this is going to be so brutal for Jays fans because there was so many moments in the series that
I've never seen
just could
so
have
many
had
plays
it. They
that
just
came down
it was
to an
insane that they didn't win. And
it was insane.
It was miraculous that the Dodgers won. You know what I mean?
Even the wedgie in the game before, which really helped the Dodgers.
Yeah,
that would have been a run scored in the 9th, and you don't know where things would have gone after that. It was.
There's so many what ifs. It's absolutely brutal from a sports perspective. Like that is one of the most devastating ways to lose.
I totally agree. And it's like, I know that he could get doubled up at third, but I'm not a baseball expert. That doesn't mean I don't understand how that correlates to having to be that close to the bag as he was. I don't really understand that.
It sounds like though he was just doing what he was told. Like that wasn't a gut call. Yeah,
I know. No, I totally and like that. I mean, he just got subbed to the game because Bo Bichette. They were like, he can't fucking run. He can't be. I mean, he's not. He's
Dude,
hurt.
there was like 8 different plays that all came down to like an inch
Seriously.
in the final 4 innings. It was
Seriously.
I mean, there was a Kike like grounder to the pitcher, and Vlad like kind of missed the base, and like he almost made. I mean, there were so many.
It was wild. I mean, there was the Freddie replay. I will say though that one, and also Will Smith's foot coming off home plate.
I know,
and getting back onto home plate, and I'm watching the replay,
God.
and my feeling about replay, generally speaking, which is the NFL standard at least is clear and obvious. And if you have to watch it 6 fucking times, it's not so clear and not so obvious, is it? And it's a little different though in baseball when it's like, so like the whole championship's on the line. Like it's just crazy to like be micromanaging like Will Smith's foot. When does it drop on the plate? And it
was I think genuinely the best sports viewing experience I've ever had. Watching a game.
Craig, you texted this to me too. Like playoff baseball,
it's better than anything. It's not even close.
So. I mean, I get an adrenaline headache after every game just watching it because it is so intense. Every single pitch matters. Every single pitch is just and the precision that they have to have on so many of these plays is incredible. I'm so impressed by baseball players in general because like it's just such a hard sport to play.
Heifetz and I talk a lot. Heifetz, you and I talk about like the elim ending and how basketball would be so improved if there was an elim ending. They're basically a target score you need to reach. That way you can't just like. The whole fouling thing would go away.
Just
all that
basketball
stuff.
should end with a basket, not a series of fouls.
I saw somebody tweet this yesterday, and I never really thought about it this way, but baseball is the only sport where you can't run out the clock. And it's like it's just even. Like everybody, it's 27 up, 27 down, and it's so in football. It's like, oh, the Seahawks were up 30 points. Like you run the ball, like run out the clock, blah blah. Baseball, it's like the same amount of people have to hit no matter what.
Right,
and it's so cool.
You got to get through them all.
It is essentially kind of like the elim ending, where it is always going to be the same, and the end of the game is always the best part when it's a close game. Basketball, when it's a close game, sometimes the end sucks because it slows down. The pacing changes, fouls become a huge factor. Baseball is the exact opposite. Everything just becomes so much more electric.
And the thing about playoff baseball that has aged well is that I think, shout out to my friend Zuck who pointed this out to me. I think he's not invented this, but
Mark?
Zuck. No, right between him training with all the UFC black belts. Yeah. Shout out. So as Mark Zuckerberg, my dear friend, once told me, baseball is obviously longer and it's frankly just more of a commitment, but the payoff, baseball is a lot more like reading a book because there are the people, the characters, you spend so much more time with these people. There's so much more, frankly, just, I guess, data for lack of a better term. There's so much more history. It's like the difference between watching Game of Thrones or reading the books or whatever, where you have so much more history with these characters. And somehow, some way during a baseball season, all of it comes back around and pays off during like these World Series runs. And when you actually see your team make a playoff run, all of it somehow comes back, the good and the bad. The guy who can't field, fucking can't field. Or the guy who does this, like these little moments, like everything comes back around in these incredible ways that you somehow see coming, but also never expect. And
totally.
And so there is such a, and I really do think so, because baseball, watching it, coming to the playoff baseball, it's kind of like watching Game of Thrones where you're like, damn, this TV show's sick. But the people were there the whole time. The emotional experience is a lot more like finishing the best book you've ever seen. And so and I think that's why baseball fans who love baseball are so addicted to baseball, is there because there's nothing quite like seeing a playoff run for some team you spent 162 games with.
Yeah, like Liz, my wife, is not a huge sports fan. But this Dodger series, her brothers are like diehard baseball fans, diehard Dodger fans. And this series completely changed things. She watched the whole 18-inning game like alone, basically. Just watched the whole game and is now
that's the sure sign.
So invested in it. And now she's like getting all into it, which I think is awesome. But Heifetz, I think one thing that baseball does that's cool is like, even though the game is the same length as a football game, close enough or whatever, what baseball does is like, Miguel Rojas could be up to bat for like a minute or two. And you the announcers then have time to like tell you about them.
Yes.
And there's like, it's a 3-2 count. He's fouling off a couple, but it's like, so he's like seen 10 pitches. And if that, that happens if a few times over the course of the game, there are these baked in moments to build the narrative of the game. And football, it's like some random player catches a pass. It's like, you have like 10 seconds to be like, oh, he was a 5th-round rookie out of Kansas State. And then you don't even know what he looks like. And then he's on the bench before the next play starts. And it's like baseball, you could kind of learn all these storylines over the course of a 7-game series.
The structure of football, and one of the quiet reasons football has become popular as a television product, is that football is perfectly paced for the keeping of attention and the building of suspense, the way it works. But to your point, I totally agree. The way at-bats work in baseball is a perfect way to build relationships with everybody on the team. It's really weird that every single player on the team gets actual like 1 to 2 minutes of FaceTime, sometimes 4 minutes of FaceTime, 4 times a game.
Yeah, where the 2 announcers just sit back and talk about them for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and you learn.
I think also
awesome.
I was going to add to that, like the majesty of baseball, I feel like is, maybe it's just for an American. It's because it's part of our tradition or whatever. But like going to baseball games, I think I hadn't been to a playoff baseball game in like 20 something years. And so going to that Mariners game, the majesty of it all is so cool. The sounds of the ballpark, like that when Carlos played that clip, when you can hear the crack of the bat, like the home run go out, I'm like, man, that just gives me goosebumps. It's so fucking cool. And then the relievers walking on and doing their slow
it's
walk
fucking theater.
out of the bullpen. It is. It's fucking theater. It's so good.
We should do a fantasy baseball league next year.
I know.
Maybe we should.
We should do a fantasy baseball league. I see it. I don't know if we're getting old or what, or baseball's getting better, but
I've been in LA for like 8 years now, and I'm kind of getting sucked into. I'm like, oh, it's cool to be in a city when like a team is doing well, and all the people in the city, like walking down the bars last night, every bar is blasting Randy Newman's "I Love LA." I'm like, this is so cool. It's hard not to root for it.
Cooler. Well, it's super easy to not root for it for literally everybody else.
I'm saying when you're there.
Show. Yeah, I know. No, I know. I wish that literally this team that you've fallen in love with was anything other than this juggernaut behemoth.
I'm not falling in love. It would have been any team of any city where I'm there.
No, it's cool. And the thing about LA is like the fan base, it's not the LA caricature of like the fans being
the Dodger fans are good.
Dodgers fans are the realest fans, but people don't get rid of that. It's the Dodgers just represent the death of the sport, which I will say is also better for the sport overall, because you do.
What do the Mets represent then?
Well, the bumbling buffoon. They're the Browns.
But don't they have the highest payroll over the Dodgers?
You know who's paid the most cash in the NFL over the last 4 years?
The Saints.
The Eagles. You know who's paid the second most? The Browns.
Oh God!
Like the Browns have spent. The Mets are the Browns. It's like they've spent a ton of money. The owner has $20 billion. There's nothing better to do. And
I'll cap it off with this. I decided that I will allow my children to be Dodgers fans. However, I will not allow them to be Lakers fans. That's not happening. And I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know how I'm going to allow them to be Dodgers, but not Lakers, but then root for the Warriors. It's going to be very complicated, but I'm going to pull it off.
Yeah, you figure that out. I think you could figure that out.
It's funny. I don't have any, I think Seattle sports is one of the most remote in terms of compared to all the other major metropolitan sports areas. So like people here are just Seattle fans, generally speaking.
Yeah. That's nice. That's easy.
Yeah, it's easy. Also, it kind of sucks sometimes.
Dude, I just love the Joe Davis. No way!
Wait, play it one more time.
I want to hear the crack.
Drilled to left field and deep and gone! No way!
It's so good.
It's so good.
No way! I don't know why I was like, oh, that was just completely genuine.
Also, the great thing about this is, I mean, every sport does this in some way, but the fact that baseball players, when they win a big series or win a big game, they just go and fucking drink beer.
Oh, I
know they do. They do it in other sports too. I recognize that. But it's just funny.
I have to say one other thing.
Just chugging beers.
Ohtani joined the desk after they won, and it's a solid.
I hope you're about to say what you're going to say, because I'm obsessed with this theory.
I think that motherfucker speaks perfect English.
Oh, he does.
He goes through the interpreter for everything, and at the end, he's like, "Thank you, guys."
Yes.
And it was just like the most, like if you just heard him say "Thank you, guys," you would never in a billion years be like, "That guy doesn't speak English." You'd be like, "Oh, yeah. he's like American." So the theory that's been floated that I've heard for years is that Ohtani does the interpreter charade because he's so fucking famous in Japan. He's so famous here that he doesn't want to talk to anyone. He just wanted people coming up to him. And so he just kind of, the whole thing's like a charade to focus on his craft. And he doesn't want people to speak to him.
He just doesn't want to deal with the media. It's genius.
But when someone from the LA Sparks shows up, like what's her name?
Cameron Brink? Who?
Yes, Cam. When she's there, suddenly he doesn't need an interpreter.
He's like, hey, Cam.
Suddenly his English is great.
Yeah, dude, there was a tweet of that interview, Heifetz, and it said, that thank you guys was a little too smooth. Like at the end of the interview, it's like,
it was too smooth.
His guard was down. He's like, thank you guys, see ya. And you're like, whoa.
Whoa, what?
What was that? He's like,
Why did we
thanks,
just
guys.
do this for the last? Also, but yeah, it's like every time there's like 4 questions, the interpreter, it's like, oh, I get to ask 2 questions now instead of 5 because this is great. He probably saves them all the time. I get it.
He's filibustering interviews. It's
He's
great.
filibustering interviews. The interpreter's just a filibusterer.
It's amazing.
Which I've started thinking of now because now when people ask him stuff, I've started being like, I think his like if you sometimes when you hear like Hispanic baseball players with their interpreter, like sometimes it takes a long time to relay a long question.
Right.
And sometimes he's like, I heard what they said. I'll just say
yes. Sometimes Ohtani's, I'm like, that was really short for like a long question. I'm like, I feel like maybe Ohtani just completely understood what was said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, love him even more. I love him even more.
Respect
after that.
it.
Burn book. I have one guy this week. I think we should burn Xavier Worthy for the Chiefs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So Xavier Worthy is, we have not talked about him much, but in October. So Xavier Worthy, long story short, he's had 1 game with double-digit points this year, and you probably did not play him in that game. Like he got hurt in week 1, got you a 0, missed 2 weeks, came back. I went back and checked, and Yahoo, more than half of people did not play him the week he came back because he had the shoulder injury and there was questions about him. He had double-digit points that week. He had like 14. It's nothing special. But then everyone's been playing him since. And since then, he's had 1 good game. He's had like 8 and 6 and 8 and 4. And like, he hasn't done anything. Rashee Rice is getting the ball like every goddamn play. Like, you don't watch the Chiefs and think, I want to play Worthy, but you play him every week. He's done nothing for you.
That's a good one. I was going to suggest Bill Merritt, who...
Yeah, he's up there too.
The only thing with receiver, at least like odds are you have another wide receiver you could play. Bill Merritt, it's like running backs are so tough. I think people were, sold this upside play with Merritt. He had a good week 1, then he had 3 shitty weeks, and then he had a great week 5. And then people have probably been trying to chase that high for a month. He hasn't had over 5 points in a month. And he's a running back. Like I checked, bad. Like he's starting in all the 3 leagues I'm in this week. Like people are still depending on this guy to be like a serviceable RB2. He's unplayable.
I'm okay. So I'm going to pull him up. You know what?
Shit.
Yahoo, he was started and he was benched in 3/4 of Yahoo leagues for the week that he went off in week 5.
Of course.
So you're probably right. Like Bill is probably the answer.
And then everyone's like, oh, great. Like Merritt's back. And then he's goose egged you basically for a month.
That's really what the burn book is for. It's not just someone consistently bad.
Yeah, they burn you.
It's someone who reels you back in. The siren song.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think it's Bill Merritt.
Sorry, Bill.
All right, Bill Merritt. You're in the burn book. So week 1, we burned Jalen Waddle. Week 2, we burned Mark Andrews. Week 3, Isaiah Pacheco. Week 4, Calvin Ridley. Week 5, Trevion Henderson, who we've kind of wanted to burn every week since. Week 6, Tony Pollard. Week 7, Justin Fields. Week 8, Alvin Kamara, who did he even have a full point today?
He had negative points in at least one of my leagues.
Negative?
Yeah. He had a fumble, lost fumble. I believe.
Saints had the 13th lowest time of possession in the history of the NFL today. So it's kind of sick to even have negative points, accomplishment. Week 9, Bill Merritt, you're in the burn book. Man, that's really that one. Bill Merritt's the first person we burned in a long time that I actually like feel bad about doing it.
Yeah, the rest of them are kind of like these players that we always kind of have like a negative relationship with. Merritt, we really wanted it to work.
But you're right, because if you benched him for week 5, it's 1, 9, 6, 5, 3, 2, 4.
I mean,
which is just like a phone number. Like that's not a real fantasy player.
8675309.
Okay. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, DK. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Ronak. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Emails at ringoffantasyfootball@gmail.com. We need fantasy court.
Mm-hmm.
We need trivia. We need emails. We vote on our poll about whether you put socks on before pants or pants on before socks. If you do have a good sense of style and you have a good, quick, dirty way to do socks, like just let me know. Just a good socks. I don't know. Good sock advice. I'll take it. What was the other thing we wanted emails? I don't remember. I think that was it. We'll go with that for now.
People are going to be mad at me that I'm like, oh, I kind of like the Dodgers now. It's like, oh, cool. You hopped on board the fucking
No, people are going to love it.
juggernaut.
The evil empire.
No. Everyone's going to love the became a
I
Dodgers
just
fan
want
after
people to
watching
know
the
I'm
World
not.
Series.
I'm not adopting them. I'm just saying I now, I'm
No,
cool with
Warriors, Dodgers. People are going to love it.
them. I'm cool with them.
Goes well with Duke.
Yeah.
Just love Grayson Allen and Steph and Ohtani. I get it. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Randy Newman.
Nice.
Or Tommy
Classic.
Two-Tone. I think that's who sings 8675309.
Tommy Two-Tone?
That sounds like a character in Goodfellas.
I literally think it is a character. Tommy Two-Tone.
No,
that
Tommy
sounds like one of the
Two-Tone.
guys in the indictment. For
No,
the
it's
Country
you're
Loves
thinking of
Gambling.
it's Tommy two times.
Oh, Tommy
This is Tommy
Two-Tones, yeah.
Two-Tone. He's saying 8675309.
So that's the original
Jenny,
doctrine,
Jenny.
right? Because it's not his number. He's giving out her number, right?
Oh, is that
What?
right?
What?
Or is he? Whose number is it?
It's not the original docs. It's based on they saw us for a good time called Jenny 8675309. It's like written on a stall, like in the bathroom.
Oh, I thought he was giving out his ex's phone number.
No,
Do you think he
Oh.
could have made the jingle work no matter the number, or did he get lucky that the way the words mix together, you can sing it easily?
Well, let's try. I'll send you guys a picture. DK, can you try singing it with Bill Merritt's
Sure.
points over the last month? And let's see if the tune still works.
That'd be great.
I'll text you in the same chat I sent the Gettysburg Address to Craig earlier.
Okay.
Man, I kind of want Craig to finish that speech too while we're at it. But you know,
I
it's
did a
fine.
good
he
amount.
did
of
the
it.
whole.
You
fucking
did
thing.
a lot of this. It's not a long speech. You really did most of it.
Oh Christ, it's so small.
Since week 2. It starts with 1, which is great.
What
all
am I
the
supposed to do?
Do all the single digit numbers.
Yeah, do the single digits.
in the
Oh.
same tone as 86753.
All this. Okay. 1965324.
Oh, you know what? Maybe.
does work.
Yeah, you could probably.
That's incredible.
1965324.
All right.
Damn.
Jenny. It's a great song.
Wow. It's pretty good. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.